Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Monday, November 27th, 2023. We have just wrapped up or are wrapping up a interesting week in the NFL. I wouldn't say exciting. Uh, it was interesting. But we also, obviously, feast week, Thanksgiving week, rivalry week, everything went on throughout this week. Crazy. Colin, before we get into anything, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Get to see all the family, take some time off work, and enjoy some football. So it was nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, mine was essentially the exact same. You do any Black Friday shopping? I haven't gotten the opportunity.
I did. Me and the boys, we went. We made a bad decision. Went to the outlets. Not a
You made
smart
a friend?
idea. Yeah, we. I did make
Yes,
a
Colin made
friend.
a friend.
And then we went to the going gone clearance store. Spent way too much money there.
Awesome. Sounds like fun. I spent actually all I've bought is FIFA points. No deal on them or anything. I just bought FIFA points. It was a bad idea. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm in the
Um,
same boat. I bought some disc golf mystery boxes, but
yep. Those are me and Colin's two vices. Disc golf mystery boxes and
FIFA
EAFC
point.
points or whatever the hell they call them now. But yeah, I don't know of anything. I guess we'll talk about some headlines. We had a couple of college football hirings throughout the week. Jonathan Smith of Oregon State is heading to Michigan State. Mike Elko is leaving Duke, heading back to Texas A&M, this time as the head coach. And Jeff Lebby is leaving Oklahoma to go be the head coach of Mississippi State.
Hmm.
I like the Elko move. I like the Jonathan Smith move. Don't know about Jeff Lebby. Don't know
Yeah,
enough. They put up 69 against TCU. That's pretty good.
yeah.
Good number. Um, yeah, I have no opinion. I all I have to say is that I did call Mike Elko. I think I said that on here right as Jimbo got fired. But yeah, that's really it with the big headlines. So, Colin, let's go ahead. Let's get into NFL Week 12. This, like I said, it wasn't an interesting or entertaining week per se. Thanksgiving, fantastic football. Black
Yeah.
Friday, question marks.
Yeah.
But otherwise, this Sunday's just been weird. So we'll go ahead and get into it. Let's start off with the Thanksgiving Day games. Starts off the Packers defeat the Detroit Lions 29-22. Jared Goff will not stop turning the ball over. Last week it was the picks. This week it was the fumbles. What is the deal?
I don't know, but it was brutal and it was ugly to watch.
Yeah.
It was like he threw the ball well this game, like 29-44 for 332 yards, but he just could not hold on to the ball early in the game.
Yeah, and Jordan Love on the other side just kind of keeps playing pretty well. Good enough
Yeah.
for this team to win. Jordan Love, 22 for 32, 268 and 3 touchdowns. No picks, no fumbles. Just a great game from Jordan Love. They didn't really run the ball, which nobody was surprised by. Aaron Jones out this week. A.J. Dillon had an okay day, not anything great. Pretty good receptions-wise, 3 for 38, but otherwise, they didn't really run the ball. But Christian Watson, his best game of the year so far, 5 receptions, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Just a great game from him. I think he started off the game with a 53-yard reception, which just kind of set the pace for Green Bay. 20 points in the first quarter is
Yeah.
absurd.
Yeah, and what's nice is that they held the Detroit D line to 0 sacks this game.
Yeah.
I don't think a team has done that yet this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you look at it, Christian Watson finally getting active in that passing game. Usually it's Romeo Dobbs and Jaden Reed, but Christian Watson, he balled out, man. Five catches, 94 yards on 7 targets with a touchdown. Phenomenal stuff.
Yeah. It was a fantastic day for the Packers. And for the Lions, it's just, couldn't quite get it done. They couldn't score in bunches like they have in the past. 6 points in the first, 8 points in the third, 8 in the fourth, and it's just not enough. And I think when it comes down to it, like nobody in particular played bad other than obviously Jared Goff turned the ball over 3 times, but like the defense definitely wasn't bad. The running game definitely wasn't bad. David Montgomery, 15 carries, 71 yards and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 carries, 54 yards. Those are both great days considering their amount of carries. And then Amon-Ra had a great game, 11 targets, 9 receptions, 95 yards. And then Khalif Raymond, 5 targets, 5 receptions, 90 yards. He had a great one as well. I don't know where the disconnect was here outside of Jared Goff.
Yeah, it was just the first quarter. The first quarter is when this game got really out of hand. I'm pretty sure, like their first drive and like their first two drives were on a fumble, right? Something
Uh,
like that. Like
yeah,
it was very close. If it wasn't the first and second, it was like the first and the third. Either way, like they just gave Green Bay excellent field position to score early. And whenever a team drops 20 in the first quarter, it's going to be hard to win that game because you're fighting from behind all game.
yeah. It was the second and third drive from the Lions. The second drive for the Lions was a fumble recovered in return for a touchdown by Jonathan Owens for the Packers, and then the next drive on the first set of downs again, Jared Goff fumbles and Green Bay recovers it. But like it was so I don't know. This first quarter was absurd, and then the Packers just kind of held on. Detroit tried to get back in it, but they were just a little too late on their efforts.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit's defense did exactly what they needed to do in the second, third, and fourth quarter,
Yeah,
just not the first. But their offense wasn't helping them.
yeah. But like when you look at it, like giving up 3 touchdowns on offense, you're as the Detroit defense giving up only 3 touchdowns. It's not that bad. Like yeah, the Packers scored the defensive touchdown. You can't really put that one on yourselves, but when you look at it, a touchdown separated this game. That was Jared Goff's fumble. And yeah, it sucks to do this because Goff has been playing well this year, but this loss, I'm pinning it on him.
Yeah, no, 100%. This loss is on Jared Goff. Like, there's no question about it.
Yeah. So anything else you wanted to bring up with that one?
Oh yeah, a lot of fourth down attempts that just did not work, and
Yeah,
some questionable ones too. Like they had some fourth downs where they were like midfield or even in their own territory going for it when they just did not need to.
yeah. It was weird, and like the early one by the Packers, which they were pretty far down the field, but yeah, going for it on Detroit's 14 when you probably should have just kicked a field goal. Obviously, you're up 20-6. Fuck, like go for it. But that one didn't pan out, and then you had the Lions go for it on fourth at the Green Bay 35, which is another part where it's like kick a field goal, just put points on the board. And then in the second half, the Lions do it again, about halfway through the third quarter, and they tried, I think, a direct snap, like a fake punt, maybe.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
and
was
that didn't
it was
work.
pretty fun. No, but Green Bay can make some noise here at the end of the season,
They can
especially with this win over Detroit. Let's see, they're sitting at 5-6 right now. Minnesota is only at 6-5. So listen, their next game against the Chiefs is a shaky one, but then you have Giants, Bucks, Panthers, Vikings, Bears. Those are all winnable for Green Bay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So winning that, I think winning that game against Detroit just gave like lit a spark in them that we could see some moving up for Green Bay here.
Definitely. Yeah, we could definitely see them start moving up, but like the defense has to play a little bit better. They still get sloppy in situations. Obviously, they played well in this game, but looking to prior games, they get sloppy. They'll miss some tackles, they'll make some bad penalties. If they can clean that up, this is a team that could make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean you got a stretch of 3 games where you're going up against some of the worst offenses in the league.
Yeah,
Here going Giants, Bucks, Panthers.
yeah,
So that'll be a real test to see what that defense looks like.
definitely. But let's talk about one of the best offenses in the league, the Dallas Cowboys, 45 over the Commanders, just 10 points for Washington. Dak Prescott is unstoppable right now.
Oh, dude,
22 for 32, 331, 4 touchdowns, no picks, no sacks, no fumbles for him. Just downright unstoppable.
looks so good.
Yeah,
And also, Tony Pollard is starting to wake up a little bit here. That's 2 consecutive weeks where he's just, like, shined
yeah. A
in their game.
touchdown in both weeks, 13 carries, 79 yards in this one, as well as 6 receptions for 24 yards. He looks great. But then again, this Commanders defense, since they traded off Chase Young and Montez Sweat, has been horrible. The
Yeah, nobody
secondary sucks. The edge rushers suck. Like, it is bad.
nobody can get to the quarterback.
Yeah. Because all the, like, everybody knows, just fill the middle, stop Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen, and you're fine.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
exactly what this Dallas offensive line can do.
Yeah, and it was nice to see Curtis Samuel, like, even though they only put up 10 points, Curtis Samuel, 9 receptions, 100 yards on 12 targets.
Crazy good
Like,
game.
yeah, that was an insane game. Like, Terry McLaurin, like, even though he had 4 catches on 50 yards, he had 11 targets.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a good ratio right there.
Yeah, I can't help but think that Brian Robinson probably could have been utilized more, considering until, the fourth quarter, Washington was only down 20-10.
Yeah, like, it was a good game until Dallas put up 25 in that 4th quarter.
Yeah, and part of that is Deron Bland's doing. His 5th pick six of the season. I believe that's the most pick sixes by a single player in a season, and there's 6 weeks to go.
Dude, I think he's gonna get at least 2 more.
He definitely could.
Let's see. Let's go look at this real quick. Oh, you got the Seahawks. He could definitely get one against the Seahawks.
Unless
you got
DK chases him.
Oh, you got the Eagles. We'll see. You got the Bills. That could happen.
That could definitely happen.
You got the Dolphins. It could happen. Then you got the Lions.
Jared Goff. It depends. Is it an interception or a fumble game for Goff?
Yeah, it depends. We'll see. And then you end your season with the Commanders.
Oh yeah.
We know it.
Deron Bland
is just saw it.
All right, early hot take. Not even going to save this one for stake your claim. Deron Bland will have 8 pick sixes this season.
Dang. That is insane. I don't think anybody will come close to breaking that.
No.
Like
5 is already hard enough.
Yes, 8 is insane.
Yeah, like if I'm a quarterback and I see my receiver on an island with Deron Bland and there is nobody near them, do not throw over there.
I'm spiking it in the ground, and I don't care if I get intentional grounding.
Yep. Yep. I'll throw it clear over their heads.
Yeah. What if he just gets one for every game, like for the rest of the season, and ends with 11?
That would be insane. 11 touchdowns.
That's defensive player of the year.
There. He might already have a claim to it right now.
Yeah.
5 pick sixes. How many picks does he have in total? 7?
Good question.
Yeah, 7 interceptions. That's crazy.
So only 2 that haven't gotten taken back to the house.
Yeah. Insane. But to talk about the rest of this game, Brandon Cooks had a great game. 5 targets, 4 receptions, 72 yards and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, interestingly enough, 9 targets, only 4 receptions, 53 yards and a touchdown. Not a horrible game. It just seemed like the Commanders were throwing everything they had to stop CeeDee Lamb, and that just allowed other guys to get open.
Yeah, like we've been seeing this. Teams have been double covering CeeDee Lamb, and that's been opening up for Kevontae Turpin, Jalen Tolbert, and Brandon Cooks. So I think that's like 3 consecutive games we've seen like at least a touchdown for Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
I believe it's either 3 or 2, but he's becoming Dak's number 2 wide receiver.
Definitely. Which is probably how it should have been from the start. But, considering some of the other guys on this team, Michael Gallup, Tolbert, a couple of these other guys here, they had their claim to it. But, Brandon Cooks finally just kind of slotting himself up there at the top. But with the Commanders, this game was so weird for them. Like Brian Robinson had not a bad game, not a great game. Same kind of goes for Howell. 28 for 44, 300 yards, one interception, no touchdowns. He got sacked 4 times. That's just a regular stat line for him.
That's a good week for him. Only
Yeah,
4?
only getting sacked 4 times is probably a good thing for him. He had a rushing touchdown, which is great, but otherwise they couldn't establish the run, and they were passing the ball, but weren't getting anything out of it. As they got down the field, it just, I don't know, like overall, Dallas just dominated them in every aspect. They were putting them in bad field position to start the drives. They were putting up points. They were stopping them. The interception, like all of the stops that Dallas was making were huge, and they were in huge spots, and it just killed this Commanders team slowly.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else you want to talk about with this one?
Not really. I mean, Dallas is really looking good.
Yeah, they are. They're hot, and they're undefeated at home.
Yeah, the only thing is, like, they can play so well in the regular season. I wanna see this in the playoffs.
Yeah,
They
that's the hard part for sure.
they can never play this well in the playoffs, but I think this might be a year that changes.
Yeah, and considering like, yeah, they are fantastic at home right now, 5-0. They're 3-3 on the road, and one of those losses is to the Cardinals on the road. So, yeah, you've got 2 more home games in a row after this Commanders game that you just played. You got the Seahawks next week. You got the Eagles after that. Then you go on the road to the Bills and the Dolphins. That's where I see things possibly taking a turn for the worst.
Yeah, unless, they can just come out and just prove
Yeah.
that they're dark horses in the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, dude, halfway through December playing in Buffalo.
Mm, mm-mm.
Oh, God, I do not want to see them there.
But then it's nice because then they get to go to Miami.
That's true. You get to heat right up, thaw out on Christmas Eve. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting route because you also have the Lions. I know it's at home, but still, the Lions in the second to last week of the season could be a big thing for seeding.
Yeah. Well, I think the Lions are 4-1 on the road.
Yeah, I
Rather
believe
than
you're right. Well, I think were they on the no, they were at home this week, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
4-2 at home right now.
Yep. Yep. So 4-1 on the road. I don't know. It'll be interesting for sure. But yeah, I think that'll do it for Cowboys Commanders. Let's talk about 49ers Seahawks. Just defensive domination by the
Yeah.
49ers. Brock Purdy did not even have a good game, and
No,
they still kicked ass.
yeah, CMC in defense versus the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Like Christian McCaffrey, just stand up, take a bow, man. 19 carries, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and how about Deebo Samuel? 4 carries, 15 yards, and a touchdown. Also had 7 receptions, 79 yards. That's a great day for Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he saw he wasn't on my team anymore, so he was like, "All right, let's ball out a little bit."
Yeah, but Purdy, like I said, just having a really a bad day for Brock Purdy. 21 for 30, 209, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Got sacked once for 1 yard. A lot of ones on the on the stat sheet for Brock Purdy, but like it wasn't a horribly inefficient day or anything. It was just a matter of it was they were getting it done in the run game. Why change it?
Yeah, exactly. And then you flip it over to the other side, and Geno Smith, what the fuck, man?
They had that man in a fucking locker.
18 completions on 27 attempts, 180 yards, and one interception, and then 6 sacks.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah, he had, and it wasn't just like one player's breakout performance. It was Javon Hargrave, Tashawn Gibson, Nick Bosa getting in there twice. Eric Armstead got him. Kevin Givens had half a sack. Like
It's like,
everybody was up on him.
Some Oprah shit right there.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then you have Travarius Ward just going out there and locking up DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
9 targets, 3 receptions. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was it's bad when JSN's your leading receiver in yards.
Yeah. And he had 2 receptions for 41 yards.
Like, that's horrible. And also, like, Zach Charbonnet, like, could not go anywhere
No,
against this 49ers defense.
no. But yeah, JSN, his 34-yard catch, one hell of a one-handed grab on the sideline.
Oh, yeah, it was nasty.
Whoa, that one was sick. But yeah, just it's domination by the 49ers in their own way. Because it's funny, like we talked about this Cowboys game a minute ago. They won 45-10. It didn't feel like they dominated because all their points came in the fourth quarter. The 49ers locked down the Seahawks wire to wire.
Yeah. All but the third quarter where the
Yeah.
Seahawks won the third quarter.
And then the 49ers just, ripped the carpet out from under them again. Just crazy. Not much else to say about that game.
Yeah, no.
So let's talk about Black Friday, the first ever Black Friday game. And the Dolphins just putting it on the Jets, unfortunately. Tim Boyle. Ugh.
Probably not going to see us start again.
No.
Like, that was just one.
That man is a fraud. I think everybody knows that. He literally played like 3 years in college, wasn't good, didn't get drafted, got picked up by the Packers as just a practice squad guy, became their backup quarterback because Aaron Rodgers never got hurt, and just kind of like mailed it in for years, and then just waltzes into a starting job for a week.
Yeah, I think we'll see Zach Wilson next week.
Oh yeah, I think so as well. I can't imagine Trevor Siemian starting next week, but it definitely could be the case.
Fuck it. Dalvin Cook at quarterback. Let's run it.
Yeah, might as well. But the Dolphins just did the Dolphins, man. Tua had a bad game. I'll just say that.
It was not good.
Yeah, 21 for 30, 243, one touchdown, 2 interceptions, got sacked twice. The Jets defense is good, so I'll give him that. But Raheem Mostert had a great day. 20 carries, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then, of course, Waddle and Hill. Just, oh, my God. Tyreek Hill, 12 targets, 9 receptions, 102 yards, and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 8 targets, 8 receptions, 114.
Yeah, and Tyreek Hill really didn't do anything in the second half.
No.
It's like Tyreek Hill took the first half, Jalen Waddle took the second half.
Yeah, and Tyreek came out of the game at one point.
Yeah, dude, the first drive, someone rolled up on his ankle, and he looked like he was going to be done. My heart stopped.
But luckily, Tim Boyle was on the other sideline and helped him out with a 99-yard pick six.
Oh, dude. Was it Javon Holland, right?
Yeah, I believe so. 99 yards to the house, and then threw into Jerome Baker as well. But, damn, just, it's like, I don't even know what there is to say about the Jets. First of all, Tim Boyle, don't start him again. Second of all, you started Tim Boyle, and you ran the ball 10 times when you have Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook. And we saw Jalen Phillips go down in this game with a wild-looking injury. He literally just picked his leg up, and you just watched his whole calf jump.
Can we talk about how the turf at MetLife Stadium sucks?
Oh my God, it is so bad. It's crazy. We can't go a week without watching a game there and somebody getting hurt.
Yeah, and it's always the Achilles, bro.
Yeah.
Did you see the video? You saw the video where you could just see that shit.
Yeah, it was as soon as I saw it, totally reminded me of Kevin Durant in the finals against the Raptors. I don't know if you remember that one, but he kind of just pivots and you just see his whole calf shake, jolt up, and it's oh my God, you can literally see an Achilles rip.
Bro, did you see the chunk out of Tua's arm?
Yeah, that was wild because it's where he has tattoos there.
Yes.
I don't have any tattoos. I know you have a couple. Does that just that's just a blank spot on his tattoo now?
Yeah, I
guess when it heals, he'll just have to get it fixed.
Yeah, he'll get it touched up and just corrected. Gotcha. But still, the fact that there's a whole ass chunk out of his arm,
and then even when he had the bandage on it, you could see it.
Oh, yeah.
It was wild.
I think he's just sitting there, chunk just.
I'll just say this right now. If that happened to me, I would not be able to help myself. I'd
I'd
be
be
just like touching it, like, why the fuck does it feel like that?
you'd be like, "Yo, isn't there some? Isn't there something? So wow,
Someone's supposed to be blocking this, right?
yeah, dude, that's insane." But yeah,
Yeah,
both teams had a pick six this game.
that's
That's
true.
nice.
That is true. But not much else to talk about there.
No.
I will say I enjoyed having a game on Friday, despite not really being able to watch it because I was at work. Like it was nice to have a Black Friday game
Yeah, it
because
was
we
nice.
got a full week of football. Like obviously you had good college games on Friday, but having NFL games Thursday, Friday, and then all Sunday, then we'll have one Monday. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, and then Saturday rivalry week.
Yeah.
So we literally just full slate.
Yeah,
It was
it
nice.
was all football all week. But let's get into today's action on Sunday. And we'll start with the Saints and the Falcons. The Falcons win 24-15 despite Desmond Ritter's hardest attempt at losing this game.
Fuck
Um,
Desmond Ritter, bro. I'm gonna
yeah,
keep saying it. I'm gonna
yeah.
keep saying it.
13 for 21, 168, a touchdown and 2 interceptions. I'm glad he didn't throw the ball a ton. I'll give him
Yeah.
that. Thank you, Arthur Smith. That's the nicest thing I have for you. Bijan Robinson got way more involved this week, and look at that. We won the game. Like, how crazy is it to be like, okay, revolutionary running back prospect. Give him the ball, and we win games.
Yeah, this was the running back duo we've been waiting to see all season.
Yeah.
Bijan 16 carries, Tyler Algier 10 carries. Perfect.
Yeah. Bijan 91 yards, Algier 64. Bijan gets a rushing touchdown, but he also makes an impact in the passing game. 3 receptions, 32 yards, and a receiving touchdown. It was in a huge moment in that game to take the lead. Just in Drake London, a fantastic game for him, despite Desmond not throwing the ball much. 5 receptions, 91 yards for him was huge. A lot of big third down conversions, but for New Orleans, good Lord, did their field goal kicker get some work.
Oh, dude.
God, Blake Groupie, 5 field goals, all the points, all 15 of their points on 5 field goals. And he attempted 6, actually, but
That was a long ass.
it was. He made a long of 52. Obviously not enough, but yeah, just quite a few times where it was just like march down the field and get shut down at like the 35
Yeah.
every time. And then, of course, you have the pick 6 by our Lord and Savior Jesse Bates.
Bro, he was all over the field today.
Yeah, killed it. 12 total tackles, 7 solo, 1 pass defended, which was obviously the pick, and then the touchdown off the pick 6. Fantastic. A 92-yard pick 6 for Jesse Bates.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. But this was a much more complete performance. We had a great running game. Passing game, not so much. But the offense itself was better than it has been. The defense was fantastic. Like, I don't care that we gave up 15 points because we didn't give up a touchdown.
Yeah, it was all field goals.
Yeah, I'm not mad about stopping teams at the 35, the 40-yard line if we're going to win the game. Like, that is fantastic. If that's how this team wants to win games, do it. But I will say, Chris Olave had one hell of a first half. 7 receptions, 114, leaves the game with a concussion, but good Lord, did he look great.
Yeah, and even Taysom Hill, 2 receptions on 55 yards.
Yeah.
And also ran the ball 7 times for 26 yards. So, doing a little bit of both.
Same for Kamara, 15 carries, 69 yards, and then had 50 receiving yards on 4 receptions. They're definitely getting a lot better at, like, exploiting the versatility of this offense. They're just not finishing.
Yeah, and I mean, it was tough because you also had Rashid Shaheed leave the game with an injury, and then you lose Chris Olave. So now your 2 weapons are Alvin Kamara and Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's brutal. That's tough to do.
But then again, that's probably 2 of the more dynamic weapons you could have.
Yeah, but when you have Chris Olave and Shaheed in,
yeah, and you're already missing Michael Thomas, like,
You're
It's
leaving
tough.
Taysom Hill's usually on linebacker coverage, and he can win that
Yeah.
one-on-one. Alvin Kamara, same thing. But now their focus is only on them. They can defend it a little bit better.
Yeah. Agreed. Um, and then, of course, Taysom Hill did lose a fumble in this game. But, oh, sorry. It's been a long day.
Overall, it was good win for the Dirty Birds.
Yes, definitely a great win for Atlanta. Let's move on, though, to the Steelers and the Bengals. What a shit show. Backup quarterback versus whatever the fuck Kenny Pickett is. Jake Browning looked like a backup quarterback in this game. Very much. 19 for 26, 227, one touchdown, one interception, 4 sacks for 30 yards. I don't even know if I said the final score. The Steelers won 16-10.
Yeah. Ugh.
Gross. Najee Harris, though, fantastic performance.
Yep.
15 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown. Probably his best of the year.
And also, welcome back, Pat Fryermuth.
Yeah, this guy was the bane of my existence last year. I didn't draft him in fantasy for a reason this year. And honestly, the fact that it took him till week 12 to do anything is a miracle, but it certainly helped out Kenny Pickett. So Pat had 9 receptions, 120 yards, which is what the fuck?
He did miss some time. He missed
Yeah.
like 5 weeks, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
with an injury.
But Kenny Pickett,
Yeah.
24 for 33, 278, no touchdowns, as he does, but just I'll give Kenny this. He played better than he has.
He played better than the opposing quarterback. That's what you got to do.
Correct.
But when you look at it, it looks like Jalen Warren is human after all.
Yes, definitely. Also, the Steelers break up a long streak of not passing 400 total yards of offense in a game. Finally, they break that up. And coincidentally, it's the first week without Matt Canada.
I bet Luke's happy.
Oh, yeah, he is definitely happy. But speaking of Jalen Warren, realizing he's human, 13 carries, 49 yards, but also a fumble lost. Just like I said, this being one of like the big matchups this morning, or not this morning, this afternoon, kind of just set the tone for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Also, what's up with Deontay Johnson? What's up with his beef with what was it, Minka?
Yeah, they got separated at practice the other day.
And then Deontay Johnson just gave up on a live play today.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him, but for the time being, as the GM of my fantasy team, I will be sitting him for his actions. I sat him this week anyway. It didn't matter. But yeah, not much else to talk about here. It was a shitter.
Yeah, it was not good. Not good at all. You know, TJ Watt, 2 sacks.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Fair enough. Shout out Tej. All right. Well, let's go to another shitty game. Just get him out of the way, man.
Let's just skip.
Titans 17, Panthers 10. This is going to be a quick one. Both of these quarterbacks suck. Oh my God. Bryce Young, 18 for 31, 194. Got sacked 4 times. Will Levis, 18 for 28, 185. Got sacked once. You notice how I didn't say anything about touchdowns and interceptions? Neither of them did it because they did nothing in this game. It was genuinely just as inaccurate passing gets. Neither side could. Okay, Derrick Henry had a good game. Certainly not his best, but a great game. 18 carries, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chuba Hubbard on the other side, 14 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. And Mr. Inefficient himself, Miles Sanders, a cool 15 for 28 for nothing.
Yeah, dude, it was weird because at one point, Derrick Henry had 10 carries on 24 yards with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah, he only had a long of 18.
If that's not the definition of Derrick Henry, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that sounds like a Gus Edwards line.
Like, what the fuck? If, like, Chuba Hubbard, 5 receptions for 47 yards, like, that, listen,
crazy.
I looked at it today. Chuba Hubbard had 20 points in fantasy today. That has to be the worst 20-point game a player can have.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that for sure.
Like, oh my goodness, this
Yeah,
game.
this game sucked.
Hold up. Adam Thielen with 3 targets. Did he leave this game hurt?
I don't know. I would assume so, considering Jonathan Mingo had 6 and Chark had 4.
Hold on. We're about to find this out. You keep talking. I'm
Yeah, I
gonna find
will.
out.
Bryce Young also fumbled in this game. I said this going into it. This was going to be a shit game. Like I said it on our preview. I didn't expect it to be like burn holes through my retinas bad. And it was. For a little bit, I was like, you know what? Rookie quarterbacks, I want to see what happens. SEC matchup. Had it on the multi-view on YouTube TV. Immediately turned that shit off. It was garbage from the jump. But
I have an update.
okay, update please.
He was healthy all game.
Whoa. Oh man. No.
That is horrible, bro.
Oh my
Absolutely
God.
bad.
Yeah, this is
I need
just
you need Adam Thielen and Tommy Tremble at the top of the targets list every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. All right,
Not
well,
yeah, skip.
enough of that game. Enough of that game. Let's talk about one that started off kind of weird. I don't even know. This aids to like it wasn't a like great week. It was an interesting week, but it wasn't exciting. Colts 27, Buccaneers 20. First of all, the Buccaneers nosediving through this season has been crazy. Like the stat sheet, first of all, Rachaad White, fantastic game, 15 carries, 100 yards. Baker Mayfield will not throw the ball down the field. 20 for 30 for 199, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. They are entirely reliant on field position and Rachaad White having a good game because they never would have got those touchdowns if it weren't for Rachaad White having, getting them into good spots.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. This game was fucking weird.
Yeah,
Mike
and
Evans.
Chris Godwin doing his thing, missing 4 of his targets.
Yeah, Chris Godwin he's had such a bad year.
Yeah.
This year. But I don't have a word to summarize this game.
Colin, I don't want you to look at it, but I'd like you to guess how many receiving yards Chris Godwin has this season.
286.
Oh, whoa, come on, man. You got to be better than that. I think he's had games where he had over 100.
No, you're right.
He's played 11 games.
This season, 600.
Yeah, 606. At this point in the season, for a guy like Chris Godwin, that is just not right.
Yeah. How many does Mike Evans have?
Got to be close to 1,000, 850 on one more reception.
Yeah, it's bad.
Crazy. And Baker Mayfield, come on, dude. Throws the pick, fumbled twice, only lost one of them. Luckily, Rachaad White was there to pick up the other, but yeah, brutal. And then the Colts got off to a very early lead, and it looked like they were just going to hold on. It got kind of close there at the end, but they won it, by 7. Gardner definitely didn't play bad. He ran in a touchdown early in the game that was huge. Jonathan Taylor, though, whoa.
Great game.
15 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown. And then in the receiving game, Michael Pittman Jr. having one of his best games of the season, 10 receptions, 107 on 13 targets. Josh Downs, not so much, 13 targets, 5 receptions, 43 yards. Those receptions certainly would have helped. I don't know how much of that was drops and how much of that was Gardner, but you got to have dropped some of them. There's no way there was that many passes to you that you just didn't catch or weren't catchable. But, Zach Moss also had a good game. 8 carries, 55 yards. But, yeah, this game, once again, it wasn't great, but, it was okay.
Yeah, it was weird. But like you said, Tampa Bay is just they were off to such a great start through the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
3-1. Loss, win, loss.
Yeah.
Horrible. Dropping them 3rd in the worst division in NFL right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. But let's just go ahead and move on to the next game. I have nothing else to say about that one. And Oh, God. Giants, Patriots. Giants 10,
Tom,
Patriots 7. This game makes me want to throw up. Like,
Tommy DeVito keeps
I feel
winning.
sick.
Tommy DeVito keeps winning.
He does. The Italian, Tommy DeVito, 17 for 25, 191 and a touchdown. Does the little fucking this celebration on his passing touchdown to Isaiah Hodgins, but God, just a shitter. 10-7? I will say, nice to see Jalen Hyatt having a great game. 5
We've been waiting
receptions,
for this all
109.
week.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
But,
it was.
like, I never would have thought I'd say this, but the Giants' offense was enough.
Yeah,
They were enough to win this game. Luckily, they're facing the Patriots, who, oh my God. Like, I'm looking at the stat line again, and it's like Mac Jones, 12 for 21, 89 yards and 2 picks. He got pulled out of the game at one point for Zappy, who played like shit, 9 for 14, 54 yards and an interception. And then Mac Jones comes back in to replace him and throws another pick. It's crazy.
This game.
Thank God Ramondre Stevenson was there to do something, because nothing, like, they would not have had a touchdown if it weren't for him.
Oh, and then friggin' Patriots missed the game tying field goal.
Yeah. And the fact that, like, you look at this game and it's like 2 touchdowns, 1 field goal, and then a missed field goal decides this game. It is brutal.
Yeah, it's fucking horseshit.
Anybody go down with some bad injuries in MetLife? I think Demario Douglas got hurt, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Douglas did get hurt.
Yeah, of course.
MetLife Stadium. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah, just dig that shit up.
Just
just demolish it.
Georgia Dome that bitch, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that place sucks. Fuck, we're moving on. There's nothing else to say. All right, a great game.
Yes.
No ifs, ands, or buts. It was a great game. Jaguars 24, Texans 21. A close, hard-fought, divisional matchup. Trevor Lawrence gets the best of him. 23 for 38, 364, a touchdown and a pick. Didn't get sacked once. That's huge for the Jags offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did say that I don't think the Texans defense is as good as some people think. They have names, a lot of them young, but it's just not the impact players that you kind of need. And, I said that in the preview show on Friday. It came true here, considering they didn't get to Trevor once, and Jacksonville's offensive line certainly hasn't been great. But Travis Etienne, a pretty solid game. 20 carries, 56 yards, had 30 receiving yards as well. But Calvin Ridley had a great one, and so did Christian Kirk. Calvin Ridley, 5 receptions, 89 yards and a touchdown. Christian Kirk, 4 receptions, 89 yards. They were a big part of this win. Trevor Lawrence did have a rushing touchdown, despite 0 rushing yards. But for Houston, they were just there in it, like, the whole time. Down 13-7 at the half, and then they scored a touchdown. The Jags scored, like, very back and forth, super entertaining game. But CJ Stroud, man, he is an entertainer. I will say that, especially in those beautiful red jerseys.
Yeah. Dude, like, he did his best to drive down the field there to give him a chance to tie it and go to overtime. But, the kick just, like, literally one foot short.
Yeah, Matt Amendola, so close. God, are they missing Kai Fairburn?
Yeah, because that was 2 missed field goals this game. So that one potentially could have been the game-winning field goal.
Yep.
I don't know. It was weird.
But CJ did play well. 26 for 36, 304, 2 touchdowns, no picks. And then he had 6 carries, 47 yards, and a touchdown. And considering Devin Singletary had 6 carries for 18 yards but had a long of 14, CJ had to do all the running himself, and he did. Nico Collins helped him out in the passing game, 7 receptions, 104 and a touchdown. Tank Dell, 5 receptions, 50 yards and a touchdown. Devin Singletary did have 6 receptions for 54 yards, which is great. But just I kind of feel like CJ just didn't get enough help from the run game in this one.
Yeah, like he was forced to throw the ball nonstop.
Yeah, which
Like
is fine, and he can do that, but like Devin Singletary, 3 yards per carry, Damon Pierce, 2.8 yards per carry. They've got to be better than that.
yeah, like when CJ Stroud is tied with the most carries is absurd.
Yeah, and he had like what 30, almost 30 more rushing
29,
yards than Devin
20,
Singletary.
29, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's insane.
it is.
But this was a phenomenal game
Yeah,
overall.
yeah.
Like
Shout out Josh Allen, Jags edge rusher, 2.5 sacks.
don't you mean Buffalo Bills quarterback?
Nope. And also former number 1 overall pick Trayvon Walker, half a sack. Finally doing something. Okay, hold on. He never should have been the number 1 overall pick. Let's
Not at
go
all.
on a tangent real quick. In
Yeah,
what world does he get picked over Aiden Hutchinson?
yeah, that's
Like, that dude
no.
was not even in the conversation till the combine.
I thought didn't Hutchinson go this last year?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Am I? s- I'm. s- Am I dumb?
I believe so.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't remember. I listen, guys. My brain doesn't work after 3 p.m. So
Yeah, it's a
just bear
shame that
with.
we always record the podcast after 3 p.m.
Yeah, well, I always have to work on Sundays, so
Get over yourself. All right, next game, though. Browns Broncos. The Broncos take it 29-12, but it wasn't easy. That Browns defense was all over them, but Denver just scoring throughout the game really helped them out. And considering Dorian Thompson-Robinson played like shit and then got the shit kicked out of him, like literally, it that man got brutally hit. PJ Walker comes in. They try some fucking fancy bullshit. They fumble the ball. Denver ends up like scoring some points off it. Like, oh, it was so hard to watch this because like Cleveland had so many chances to put points on the board, just could
just
not
good.
execute.
And it's also funny that DTR and Russell Wilson both had 134 passing yards.
Yeah, that is wild. And a touchdown, each of them.
Yeah, only one sack in this game.
Yeah, Myles
That's
Garrett was shut down for quite a while. The blocking was great. They were running to the opposite side. They were using like counters. Like Russ was running the ball a couple of times for some big yardage. They had the right game plan for Myles Garrett, and outside of his pass deflection, which was sick. That was a
yeah.
veteran pass deflection. But like it just seemed like for both of these teams, your usual suspects were not all that involved. Like you didn't have a great game out of Cortland Sutton, who's been catching tons of touchdowns. He actually had, I think he had 2 drops on 6 targets and 3 receptions. You had a couple of drop passes by Javonte Williams. He had 6 targets, 3 receptions as well. Marvin Mims, though, is an interesting one because they can run the ball to him quite a bit. Only did it once in this game, but a one rush for 11 yards. But he's interesting to watch because like you can pass it to him on a screen, and you can almost guarantee 5 yards if he's got some open space.
Yeah, the dude's lightning quick.
Yeah. And also,
And like
Lil Jordan Humphrey cannot go without being mentioned only because I want to say his name.
yeah. Dude, but Pat Surtain had Amari Cooper on lock this game. 2 catches
Crazy.
on 6 targets.
Yeah, Pat Surtain was all over him. He was guarding Njoku as well on quite a few. He had to have had a couple of pass breakups in this one because he was all over him.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, no, did he not have any passes defended?
He was a factor
He
in
didn't, but yeah,
that.
he was certainly around him. Yeah, just I will say Denver's defense was impressive, but it just seemed like the Browns offense just did not come to play,
Yeah.
which I'm not surprised considering you look in the backfield and it's DTR handing the ball to Jerome Ford.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was surprised to see Denver put up 29. I thought this was going to be like
Yeah.
another one of those like 17-10 or like
Yeah.
17.
They definitely ran the ball well. That was a big part of this game. And it honestly just helped them keep Cleveland off the field.
Yeah.
Like Javonte Williams, 18 carries, 65 yards. Samaje Perine, 7 carries, 55 yards. He had a rushing touchdown that he straight bullied into the end zone for. And then Russ, 11 carries, 34 yards, and he had a touchdown as well on the ground. That was huge for them. Obviously, it probably would have been more beneficial if Russ threw the ball a little bit more, down the field a little bit more, but, I can't knock him for getting this win. It was a commanding win, when it was all said and done.
Denver's hot right now.
They are. They are very hot right now. Like talk about the playoffs hot for Denver because you win 5 straight. You're going to the Texans, who aren't the hottest right now, and you go to the Chargers, not the hottest right now. Unfortunately, you have to go to the Lions. We'll see. We'll see where they're at.
Is that a fumble or pick game for Jared Goff? We'll see.
Exactly. We'll see where they're at in that one because I think it's more about assessing the Lions at that point in the season than the Broncos, but the Patriots, the Chargers again. The Raiders might be interesting. They might be in a similar position. We've been seeing them play some good football, despite, not winning a lot of games. They are playing good football. They might want to play spoiler for their division rival. But nonetheless, it's not the easiest route, but Denver certainly has some wins on the schedule.
Yeah, they have the opportunity.
Yeah, and right now they're second in the AFC West.
Who would have thought?
Oh, my God.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I will say, preseason predictions, I had them third.
You had the Chargers second?
Yeah.
Honestly,
well, I thought that, J.C. Jackson would be good coming back, and then they traded him because he was playing like shit. And I thought that Joey Bosa might improve. He got hurt. I thought this offense would be great. Austin Eckler's the worst ever.
I think I had the Chargers first when we were talking about it.
Yeah. That's not good. That was just dumb. Come on. You knew the Chiefs were going to win that fucking division.
Honestly, I didn't.
Come on, dude.
That offense is weird over there in Kansas City.
All right, well, let's talk about a weird one. A real weird one. Rams 37, Cardinals 14. This has got to be the best the Rams have played.
And guess who's back?
Yeah, Kyren Williams making a statement in this game. Holy shit. 16 carries, 143 yards, and in the air had the most receptions on the team with 6, had 61 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. Wow.
Honestly, if it was a closer game, he probably gets that third touchdown instead of Royce Freeman.
Yeah, probably.
Because that next drive there in the fourth was only Royce Freeman.
Yeah.
And the drive after that was all Zach Evans.
Yeah, but we can't ignore Matthew Stafford, 25 for 33, 229, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. It was a lot of Kyren and Royce get you down the field, and then you throw to either Kyren or Higbee in the end zone because Higbee, 5 receptions, only 29 yards, but 2 touchdowns.
Yep. A long of 7.
Yeah, shout out Tutu Atwell. With Kupp and Puka both being kind of banged up, Tutu Atwell had 3 receptions on 3 targets for 76 yards. Huge. But on Arizona's side, it seemed like early in the game, this team could not move the ball, and they kept trying to run up the middle, and Aaron Donald just kept saying no. Simply.
Yeah, why do you run at Aaron Donald?
Yeah, if anything, go anywhere he's not.
Work the outside and you're golden.
Yeah, but James Conner just couldn't. First of all, James Conner couldn't go anywhere in this game, 6 for 27. But the same goes for Michael Carter and DeMarcado. Both just could not get their way. Even Kyler not running the ball. Only had 1 carry for 2 yards. But in the air, he started to turn it up a little bit. They had a good first drive. They were up 8-7 because they went for two. I don't even know, like a wildcat setup where they like ran in the 2-point conversion. It was weird.
Yeah, it was Clayton Tune.
Yeah. They did. Oh yeah, they did. They keep doing that. They keep doing tush pushes with Clayton Tune. That's what it is.
It works, man.
It does. It didn't really help, considering they only put up 6 more points in this game. After they, I believe Matt Prater missed the extra point, or no, they went for 2 again, I think, and didn't get it there at the end, which going for 2 would have not changed a single thing in the fourth quarter. But yeah, this was a weird one, man. But the Rams look good. They do.
Welcome back, Kyron Williams.
Yeah, that's the biggest story here.
That's all you gotta say, man. It's like immediate factor.
Yeah, and like Aaron Donald really didn't do anything. Like he was just like getting to the quarterback, wasn't getting the sacks, but wasn't getting the tackles either. It was just a matter of occupying some linemen and opening it up for his other guys on the defensive line.
Absolutely.
So, the Cardinals, once again, I question their will to win. Because, they get, did they get the Texans pick?
Yeah.
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 They get the Texans pick, so they probably want to lose at this point, knowing that the Texans aren't going to have the best pick in this draft.
Who do they go after? That's the biggest question. Like, what?
I definitely think they got to get a wide receiver, and I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is screaming their name. But
I don't know.
Yeah, like obviously you could add some pieces on the defense for sure. It could use it, but man, it's hard with Kyler. Like
Cameron Kinchins.
Oh,
Cooper DeJean.
See, I think that's way too high for Cooper DeJean.
No, but I'm talking to like.
Yeah, actually, yeah. If when they pick for the Texans, that could be different. Cooper DeJean could be in the talk, as long as the Steelers don't pick before him, because I think the Steelers would love Cooper DeJean.
Yeah.
Imagine he doesn't even need to change colors.
Him and
Joey Porter Jr. Oh my God, they've got the pass rush, but honestly, they need a quarterback. They're just not going to be in the right spot to pick one, so they might trade down. But we're not talking about the Steelers draft right now. We're actually moving on to the next game, which was Chiefs-Raiders, and the Chiefs take it 31-17, but not without a scare. The Raiders were up 7-0 at the end of the first, and then Kansas City puts 2 on them in the second quarter. It's tied up 14-14 at the half. The Raiders stay in it, but the Chiefs pull away there. At the end, they win it 31-17, but a bad game, kind of, for Isaiah Pacheco. Not efficient. Couldn't really get any long runs to save himself, but get him down there near the 5-yard line. He's a touchdown machine. 15 carries, 55 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mahomes had, an average Mahomes day, a great day for just about any other quarterback. 27 for 34, 298, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Only got sacked once. Rashee Rice, one hell of a game. 8 receptions, 107 and a touchdown. Kelsey, 6 receptions, 91 yards. No Taylor Swift means no touchdown. And then, that's really it. No use in talking about anybody else there. For the Raiders, though, Aiden O'Connell looked very good. Yeah. I'll give him that. 23 for 33, 248, 1 touchdown. Didn't turn the ball over once, which is huge for this Raiders team. And, Devontae Adams, considering he was being marked by L'Jarius Sneed for most of the game, 5 receptions, 73 ain't bad. And Jacoby Myers with some big plays in this one, 6 receptions, 79 yards, and the touchdown. I liked how the Raiders looked.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They played a hell of a game.
Yeah, and Max Crosby, dude. Oh, I know he only had 1 sack, and it was his only tackle in this game, but the pressure that he put on Patrick Mahomes in this game was crazy.
We need to find this man a new team.
Oh my God, yes.
Send him to the Niners.
Yeah. Also, sober guy in Las Vegas. He's got to be
Yo,
willing to look somewhere else.
yo, imagine him on the Niners.
Yo, imagine him on the Falcons. Niners don't have a space for that guy.
They'll find space.
Yeah.
They'll run like 5 linebackers.
All right. Well, anything else to talk about with this one?
No, just an average Chiefs win.
Yeah, you're spot on. All right, let's move on to the
Best
final
game of
game.
the day.
Yeah, easily the best game of the day, and the final game that has been decided thus far. Bills Eagles, and it lived up to the hype despite the records coming in. This was a fucking close one. Josh Allen looked great, but the Eagles get the best of them in overtime, 37-34. But good God, Josh Allen, 29 for 51 is questionable.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not
throwing the flag on that one, but 339, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 1 sack. I'll give him that, but 29 for 51. Questionable. It's under review.
I will say, weather was horrible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but he was not scared to throw.
Yeah. But listen, Jalen Hurts, 18 for 31
Yeah.
for only 200 yards.
Yeah, but 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, but still. Either way. But also, Josh Allen had 9 carries for 81 yards.
Yeah, that was big. Jalen Hurts, 14 carries, 65 yards, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns. Same goes for Josh Allen. DeAndre Swift had a good game, though, 14 carries, 80 yards. James Cook, pretty quiet, really inefficient today. But that interior defensive line for the Eagles was unbreakable.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, the Georgia tandem, just fucking insane. Like, they had the Bills pinned on like the 2-yard line, or like I think they're on the 4-yard line to start the drive. Jordan Davis took on probably 3 guys to get them all out of the way, and Jalen Carter got him a tackle for loss and like put him down on the 2-yard line. That tandem together is genuinely unstoppable.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, but Devontae Smith and Gabe Davis match each other as well. Just like everybody else on these teams, they all match each other. Gabe Davis, 6 receptions, 105, 1 touchdown. Devontae Smith, 7 receptions, 106, 1 touchdown. Crazy. First of all, Gabe Davis should never get 12 targets.
He should never have more targets than Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Stephon did have 6 receptions, 74 yards, and a touchdown. So not a bad game. But A.J. Brown, where the fuck were you, dude? 5 receptions, 37 yards? Yeah, he had a touchdown, but shit.
For the first half, he had 0 targets, 0 receptions.
Yeah, he was getting locked. Straight up locked by Rasul Douglas, I think was on him for a lot of this game. Shout out former Atlanta Falcon Olamide Zaccheaus. Love my guy. Scored a touchdown in this game, a 29-yarder.
Shout out Julio Jones doing
Yeah.
Julio Jones things.
Yep.
1 reception for 0 yards on 3 targets.
Perfect. Fantastic. I'm glad they're getting the best out of Jet. Yeah.
What a good pickup for them.
Yeah.
What a phenomenal pickup.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, like this game was just absurd. I feel like this is one that deserves kind of a bit of a scoring breakdown. So the Bills were up 17-7 going into the half. Just okay, looks pretty good. Philly looked horrible. Couldn't even get into field goal range in that second quarter. But they come out in the third. They get the touchdown. They make it 17-14. But the Bills answer. Josh Allen, big 16-yard rushing touchdown. They keep the lead, extend it 24-14. Then the fourth quarter comes, and this offense woke the fuck up. Devontae Smith gets a touchdown, makes it a 3-point game. Olumide Zaccheaus gets a touchdown. They make it a 4-point lead. Then Gabe Davis gets a touchdown. They take the lead back only by 3. That sets up Jake Elliott for a 59-yard field goal that was an absolute blast to end regulation. They go into overtime. You get a field goal from Tyler Bass from 40 yards, gives them the 3-point lead, and then Jalen Hurts finishes the game with his legs, and they win 37-34. Just insanity. This is what we are looking for from this kind of matchup. Despite how the Bills came into this game, these are the teams that you want to see do this.
Yeah, and when you look at it, A.J. Brown almost cost them the game. Luckily, he didn't, you know, make a football move and didn't have possession long enough, but he almost cost him on that fumble.
Yeah, very close.
But yeah, overall, just a phenomenal fucking game.
Yeah.
Philly, the Kelly Green jerseys were out today, and man, were they beautiful.
Definitely. Like,
But
if you want to entertain yourself, go look at the win probability thing on ESPN. Good Lord. Like, you had a point where the Bills were at an 89.8% chance to win with 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. All the way to, overtime, where it finally just like sways the Eagles' direction. It is crazy, crazy stuff. A truly good game, like a great game. This is one of those that you circle on the schedule going into the season, and it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, absolutely.
But let's go ahead and talk about the game that's going on right now. Ravens Chargers. The Ravens are up right now, 13-3. It's not good. Definitely not a good game.
Chargers are playing like shit.
Yeah. Lamar's having a good one. 14 for 25, 154 and a touchdown. He's also got 33 rushing yards. Gus Edwards, not doing much. Not finding the red zone. 6 for 16. Unfortunately, no Gus bust today. No Hunt punch either. They were just fucking us over, man. They must have heard that last week we stopped doing the recaps, so I wasn't allowed to do it anymore. They must know. Nelson, wrong person. Zay Flowers has a touchdown, 3 receptions, 24 yards for him. Isaiah Likely getting some targets in the absence of Mark Andrews, 4 receptions, 40 yards on the Chargers side. Nobody should get the spotlight. I'll just say that. Nobody's getting a spotlight except Herbert's pick.
We can give Keenan Allen the spotlight.
Yeah, 5 receptions, 35 yards. Pretty solid.
No, I was just going to say the fumble.
Oh, yeah, he also did lose a fumble, as well as Austin Eckler, who I earlier said is the worst ever. He still is. 5 carries, 18 yards, and a fumble.
Yeah.
This team sucks. Except Khalil Mack, 2 sacks.
Yeah, he's trying his best, man.
He is, dude.
The Chargers defense is playing really well right now.
They are. The fact that it's, almost the end of the third quarter and Baltimore has only put up 13 points is a testament to the Chargers defense. But as we've talked about, I think me and you were talking about it before we started recording, whenever the Chargers offense plays like shit, the defense is fantastic. Whenever the Chargers offense plays great, the defense sucks.
Yeah.
When there's a disparity like that, it feels like it's a coaching problem.
Yeah. Who would have thought the Raiders would have a better record than the Chargers?
Not me.
Like,
definitely not me.
Jimmy G gets hurt. Who would have thought the Vegas would be better than the Chargers?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's insane. It really is.
There's a reason we haven't been talking much about this game. It's just because
there's nothing to update you on.
Yeah,
things are just happening.
OBJ's starting to run some more slants. You know, that's about it.
Nelson Aguilar still drops passes.
Yep, just dropped another one.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, he got lit up though after that.
Yeah.
Derwin James said, "Backbreaker."
Shout out. Go Knowles.
Yeah, we'll talk about them.
Yeah, we'll talk about them later. All right, let's do a little preview for Monday Night Football, though. Bears, Vikings. Justin Fields versus Josh Dobbs. Two best running quarterbacks in the league.
Who you taking in this game, Gray?
It's tough, man.
I'm thinking the Bears.
There is something to look for with the Bears. Do I trust it? Fuck no. I don't trust him at all. The biggest thing is I need to know who the running back is on this team.
It's Justin Fields.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, who has running back on the depth chart and is the running back for this team?
Khalil Herbert, I would assume.
I don't know. Because
I think
sometimes
Foreman's out.
Okay, because sometimes Foreman gets he is out this game. But like it seems like he gets all the fucking carries in the red zone. And it's like Khalil Herbert did everything to get you up there. And then you give it all to Donta Foreman, who half the time ends up doing jack shit.
You just need to know if you need to start Khalil Herbert.
I do need to know that. But also Roschon Johnson is a factor in this conversation too.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a committee.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The Bears play the best when Justin Fields is doing both passing and running.
True.
So,
and with Donta out, you can expect some running for Fields.
We saw that last week and they won.
Yeah.
Right? They did win.
Wait, did they win or did they just... No, they just played well and lost to the
better.
Lions.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It felt like a win to the Bears, honestly.
Yeah. But then again, the Vikings love to win right at the end. So this one certainly could be a close game all the way through.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
the Vikings pull it out.
Earlier in the season, the Vikings won 19-13.
Yeah.
I
got a feeling it's something similar.
Maybe
higher scoring. I think
I'm going to go 28-21.
Okay. No field goals.
28-21.
Okay.
And it's weird because, Cairo Santos loves to kick a good field goal every now and then.
Yeah. But Bears kickers love to miss a field goal every now and then.
Cody Berkey throwing some shade out there.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going with the Bears. Give me the Bears.
Let's go.
Bears. 24-21.
The Bears.
Fuck yeah.
Game-winning field
goal.
goal.
Wrong. What's funny is I made a prediction on Friday about that game. Don't know what I said. Probably said the Vikings.
Oh, we love it.
Look, I made that prediction on Wednesday. I'm a different man. Thanksgiving already happened. I've changed.
I was about to say. Man. All right, Gray.
Yeah. So that wraps up another week of the NFL. And because the MLB offseason is stagnant this week, we had all these signings when the free agency opened. Now there is just radio silence.
It's nothing. I
couldn't come up with anything to talk about, so we're just going to do our way too early MLB playoff predictions.
Woohoo.
Yeah, no rhyme or reason. Most of the free agents haven't even been settled.
We don't know who's going to be on what team.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to give you our immediate thoughts.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't care what you factor into your decision making. You could say that I think the Dodgers are going to get Shohei Ohtani, and that's why they're going to be the best team in the NL.
That's cool.
Because that's exactly what I'm also saying. But let's start with the AL. Let's start with the AL because I think it is interesting. You have the World Series champions in the AL, but a lot of teams that got something to say. For sure. All right, well, let's go. Who is your 1-seed division winner?
1-seed division winner? I'm going back. I'm going Baltimore Orioles.
Okay, I think the Rays get it this year.
Okay.
I have a feeling they're gonna make moves. The Orioles probably take a little bit of a step back, only because of starting pitching. Like their rotation's gonna change a little bit.
Yeah, well, I feel like they go out and get better in the starting rotation.
Possibly.
And with them getting knocked out first round, they're coming for blood this year.
Yeah. Look, I think it could really go either way in this division, though.
Yeah.
But it's still between these two for sure.
Oh, 100%. Number 1 seed will be from the AL East.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
All right. let's go to the Central then. Or sorry, the West. Or whoever you think is the second seed division
Yeah,
winner.
Texas Rangers.
I think it's the Houston Astros again.
Okay.
World Series teams take a step back.
Yeah, they always do.
Yeah, I got a feeling the Rangers, because look, Jordan Montgomery, free agent, probably not coming back.
Ah, you're contradicting yourself, man. You said, remember when we talked about it, you were like, you're just saying that so he's going, you want him to go to ATL, don't you?
Yeah.
But when we talked about it, you were like, oh, he's staying for sure.
I don't know. I really don't. But their bullpen's going to change too. Araldis is a free agent. A World Series team. Okay, look, I say this because the Braves lost Freddie Freeman, but if you don't look at that, they always lose the small pieces that matter. You know what I mean?
Are you trying to say Freddie Freeman was a small piece?
No. I'm saying outside of the Braves.
Yeah.
There's always like a couple of guys in that squad that end up leaving, and it does change some things. You have to address certain positions after that World Series win. I don't know. Maybe I don't trust the Rangers to do that.
Like Will Smith.
But also, think about it. They didn't even win this division.
But let's be honest. What team is Will Smith going to be on? Because
that's true. That's a good way to win a World Series right now.
I need to place my bet.
Yeah. I will say, if it's on the Athletics, don't do it.
Hey, you never know.
You know how much everybody in that locker room is going to hate him just waltzing in there with 3 World Series rings?
Hey, where y'all been the past couple years?
Yeah, and Shea Langoliers was like, well, I was in the minors.
Will Smith's like, yeah, this is I can't get away from this guy.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I think Texas is going to stay at number 2. I think they'll win this division. I think Houston's on a decline right now.
I don't know, man. I still think they have the offense, Like, think about it. If you have a full year of healthy Altuve, who missed a lot of games, Jordan missed some games, like, you had so many guys get hurt. If Jeremy Pena gets out of that sophomore slump, I think they could be a much more improved team. Yeah, and Verlander's back for the whole season.
For now.
Can't forget about that. I think the Astros are the 2 seed. All right.
Central.
Yeah, the Twins. It's hard to go anywhere else.
It's either Twins or Guardians. It always is.
But the thing is, Guardians, like Tito fucking retired. Steven Vogt is their manager now.
I'm going Twins.
I'm going Tigers. Tigers. Okay, I'm going Twins. I think the Tigers are going to be better than the Guardians, though.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, I thought you said the Tigers were winning the division.
I'm sorry.
I was like,
the Tigers will be better than the Guardians.
I was like, you know who plays shortstop for them, right?
The Tigers?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm blanking. Who is the shortstop? Oh, shit. Yeah. I don't know if he'll be starting next year. He is so bad.
He's horrible. But yeah,
I think they've made 2 good pickups. They picked up Canna, right? And then they picked up Kenta Maeda today.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Shit, does that mean Yamamoto's going to go to the Tigers?
Is Kenta Maeda Japanese?
I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I saw an article where like Yamamoto was like he looked.
Yeah, he wants to play with fellow Japanese players.
Well, yeah, but he also
Kenta Maeda is Japanese.
They asked him who like one of his when he growing up pitching, 2 people he looked up to, one Tanaka, 2 Maeda.
Nice.
So
yeah, fuck you, Darvish.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I think it's just weird, but yeah, Twins take this division easily. Even when they lose Sonny Gray, they'll be.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine. All right. Well, now the wild card spots. I obviously think the Orioles will have the first wild card spot since I had the Rays winning that division.
And I'm gonna have the Rays getting that first wild card spot.
Yeah. All right, this is where it gets weird.
Yeah, it gets freaky.
It gets weird.
Give me the Mariners in my next wild card spot.
Give me the Yankees. Yeah. Give me the Yankees.
Yo, does Luke have a gun to your head or something right now?
Nothing. You would see him in the reflection of this picture. No. I I'm
You think
basing
they're
this
too?
off the fact that I think they're going to have a decent free agency.
Yeah, they basically do every year.
Yeah, but I think it's building up. If Rodon
Okay.
comes back and he's okay, Frankie Montas is going to be healthy. I think people
Yeah.
forgot he's even on the Yankees. Um, Same goes for Nestor Cortez, who's going to be coming back. Obviously, you're going to have the reigning AL Cy Young winner, Garrett Cole, Aaron Judge, if we can get a healthy year out of him, Cody Bellinger, maybe Jeimer Candelario. There's some guy, maybe Matt Chapman as well. We'll see, but I think if they can pick up the right pieces, they can win 88, 89 games.
Actually, scratch that. I changed my mind about Seattle. I don't know why I didn't do this. It's the Astros taking
Thank you.
that spot.
Yeah, I was.
Mainly because I forgot I just, left them out.
Yeah,
But yeah, the
yeah.
Astros are taking the second
Okay,
spot.
third spot. What you think?
Even though Shohei leaves, the Angels are
No,
taking
dude,
the
shut up.
Angels are taking
Shut up.
Wash,
Shut
baby.
up.
Wash is taking it.
Yeah, nah, that's some A1 dick riding right there, bruh. That is
Yeah, you're right.
A1 dick riding.
I'm fucking with you. This, as much as I want that to happen,
Yeah.
like to see Wash go to a playoff with this in his first year with the Angels. Um, even though they finished last in the East, I'm gonna take Boston.
Oh,
I think Boston's gonna get active and get
yeah.
Rafi some help, and then they're gonna
Yeah.
upgrade pitching staff. So I think they'll be the 3 seed in the East, and they'll be the third wild card team.
Yeah. I don't hate that. Yeah, I'm doing it. Give me the Tigers. Fuck the Rangers. The Rangers are missing the playoffs next year.
Wow, is so you got 2 hot takes, and we're not even through MLB yet.
Yep. Rangers are missing the playoffs.
Both of your hot takes would have been perfect stake your claims.
I know. And I don't think I wrote a stake your claim, so I don't know.
better have a good
It
one.
might be college football for the official stake your claim. I don't know. I got some hot ones on the NL too. If you want me to fire off another, the Blue Jays are going to win 70 games.
Makes sense, bro. They're shit right
Yeah,
now.
they suck.
And they're gonna lose Chapman.
I think Kevin Gausman's going to leave.
Yeah. Probably what is it? Chris Bassett's probably gone too.
Yeah. I think they're going to really be bad. All right. Anything else for the AL that you want to talk about? Anybody that's super close to making it?
The Angels, man. The Angels they're gonna be right there on the border. You don't
Did you
think so?
forget about the Mariners that you just barely scratched off your list?
They're close too.
Okay.
It's gonna be like you got. See, on the outside looking in, 3 teams: Angels, Mariners, Yankees. They'll be on the outside looking in.
Okay. My 3 teams are the Rangers, Red Sox, and the
Mariners.
Yeah.
Okay. Bottom 3 teams: White Sox, Athletics, Royals.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yo, hot take: White Sox are gonna have the worst record in baseball next year.
I don't know how hot that is.
I mean, when you have the Athletics in there too, it's
That's true. All right. Well, let's get to the National League so we don't get into a rabbit
Braves.
hole.
Braves.
Dodgers.
Fuck you.
I just think adding
I
Shohei Ohtani is insane.
even with Shohei, they'll still get the second seed in the NL.
I don't know, man. Like for the Braves to win, first of all, back-to-back years of 100 wins is crazy. It's real hard to get the third one.
All we got to do is get us like a solid left fielder that doesn't platoon with Kevin Pillar.
Yeah, but that doesn't address the starting pitching. That doesn't address the bullpen.
Yeah, but we've already talked about the moves that the Braves are going to make.
Yeah, but the thing is like, obviously we can hope that they go out and make these moves. If they don't make one of them, that's maybe a couple of wins.
We'll talk about that later down the road when, free agency gets hot. But right now we know those moves are going to happen.
Yeah, fair. If you
Like,
think those moves are going to happen, you can factor it in. I don't. I don't know if we'll make every move we need to.
yeah, I think it's automatic we get a very solid starting pitcher. With all the shit that
Yeah,
we've already
yeah, yeah,
done
yeah.
this offseason, it either Jordan Montgomery, Sonny Gray, one of those 2, if not both, will be an Atlanta Brave.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
We already went out and got Ronaldo Lopez, which I think will be like a beautiful asset to the
Yeah,
Braves bullpen. And then if we go out and get Josh Hader, the lefty we need, I don't think we will, but he's definitely one of the top guys we're looking at.
yeah,
I honestly, I would rather not get Josh Hader, get those 2 starting pitchers, and then go get Lourdes Gurriel for left field.
yeah, yeah.
Because, like you said, Tyler Matzek's coming back. Like you have Minter, we have Pierce Johnson.
And there's going to be some cheap relievers out there that are certainly worth the money.
Yeah, exactly.
I,
So
I, I think. Look, I think we will make moves. I don't know if it addresses everything because, like, fundamentally, I know we won 104 games. There was things wrong with this team that going into the playoffs was an issue. Obviously, in the playoffs, the biggest issue was the offense slowing down, which can't have any control over that with the best offense in baseball all season, and then it just seemed to have died at the end. But I just think that the Dodgers, you can't count them out ever. We tried to
yeah,
count them out early in the season this past year. They still won 100 games. You add Otani into that lineup, and it's just like, okay, how does that not account for a few more wins?
I think when we look at it, the way I look at it, if Otani was pitching 100%,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they would be the best team. But with him not pitching and only hitting, I just it's gonna be very
Yeah.
beneficial for them, but it's not to put it over the Braves, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
All right. I don't know. I think it's hard to win that many games that many
But
times in a
it's
row.
gonna be close because I'm interested to see this Braves team offensively, but
Yeah.
also defensively with Ron Washington leaving,
Yeah,
and it's
I
gonna
think it
be
changes things, but then again, this infield is this infield. These guys, yeah, they grew with him. They these guys are Gold Glove caliber.
yeah. I
So
it's just gonna be interesting to
it
see, you
will.
know?
No, I definitely agree. I think base running decisions as well. We've had a history of bad base running decisions with a couple of these guys on this team. Without Ron Washington holding up that stop sign at third, and without EY fucking rounding him to second, who knows what might happen? I don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
But let's move on though. Who's your second?
Second, I'm going Dodgers.
Braves. Okay, cool. And I'm in the same boat. It's going to be a close margin. Like it's going to
Yeah,
be a matter of 103, 100, 103, 99, something like that. I think it's
yeah,
going to be super close, but somebody's got to take it. And
yeah.
honestly, I don't want the Braves to be the best.
Yeah, because you don't want that
Yeah.
that
There's something about
honestly,
being the best in the regular season that scares me
let
going into the
let us
playoffs.
let us be a wild card so we don't
Oh,
have
that'd
that
be
weak
awesome.
bye.
I would love to
Yeah,
say the Phillies are going to win this division. They're fucking not.
no, but I don't want that, like, weak bye, like, that first round bye
Yeah.
that's when, like, we saw it. It knocked 3 of
Yeah.
the first.
I would love for whoever wins the Central to be better than us.
Alright, going on that great, who do you have winning the Central?
Got the Cubs.
Okay, I got the Reds.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so first of all, I think the Brewers take a big step back
Yeah.
for sure.
Well,
Woodruff's leaving.
is Corbin leaving or is he signed a deal, right?
I don't know. He might be on the move.
I think Corbin's on the move.
We'll have to see. But you also lost your manager to the Cubs.
Mhm.
That's a big deal. And
Yeah.
the Cubs, considering they just broke the record for most money paid to a manager, I got a feeling they're opening up the checkbook this year.
Mhm. Listen,
And if they can, let's just say they keep Belly, they get a pitcher like maybe a Sonny Gray or a Jordan Montgomery, that team looks real fucking good.
fuck it. Just get Shohei in at Wrigley Field, bro. No, but and Brewers already lost Mark Canha.
Yeah.
He's gone too. So like it's gonna be an
The
Interesting.
Brewers are literally going to be led by William Contreras.
Yeah. All right, let's be honest. The St. Louis Cardinals can't be this bad next year, right?
I don't think Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson push the needle that much.
No, but they can't be this bad next year, right? Like they
I don't
can't be worse than the
I
Pirates.
don't think they'll be 71 and 91.
I
But I will say I think the Central will be the most competitive division.
100%.
But it's going to be competitive in a weird way because I don't think it'll be the best teams.
No, but they'll just
They're
all
going
be
to kick
so
each other's
close.
asses.
They'll just be so
Yeah.
close where like any
Yeah.
team can jump from someone can jump from 4th to 1st.
Yeah. I think it will be like that again. That's how it was this past year.
Besides the
So,
Cardinals.
yeah, besides the Cardinals. But yeah, I've got the Cubs winning that division. Who is your first wild card team?
First walk, give me the D-backs.
Same.
Yeah. I
I
just think
think
they're building off that young
Yep.
core. But here's the thing. It's going to be interesting if they re-sign Gurriel. But if not, I mean, you can go out and get somebody. They're going to build their starting pitching. They're going to build their bullpen, and their lineup offensively is already pretty solid. They're
Yeah.
they're so young that they're just going to keep growing.
Yeah, there's a particular guy that I would like for them to go out and get, and it's JD Martinez. I would like to see a reunion.
JD go backs home.
Yeah.
JD go backs home.
Nice.
Goes back.
Goes back home.
Yeah.
You can write it on a whiteboard 100 times after this episode. But yeah, I think that would be a sick addition. You just add just a straight up power bat into this lineup because there's not like a huge power bat in that lineup. Maybe Christian Walker.
Yeah.
Just
Yo,
about
hear me
it.
out. Hear me out. They go out and get Candelario.
I wouldn't hate that one either. I think that would be a great move.
Because listen, Longoria's got to be about wrapped up, right?
I don't know. He's shown some games, man. Especially in the playoffs, he had a couple of good games.
Yeah, he did. But I mean, you go out and get Candelario,
Yeah, you've got Christian Walker could play DH for a day. You could let Candelario play first. Candelario
out
could
of
play
JD
third.
Martinez is there.
Well, yeah, of course. But shit, you throw JD in left field a couple times. He's done it before.
No, I think they're gonna improve.
I do
Honestly,
too. I see them. They're an 84 win team that went to the World Series. Maybe they don't go to the World Series next year. I think they could win somewhere closer to 90 games.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a real dogfight against the Dodgers, especially if the Dodgers don't get Ohtani.
Agreed. If the Dodgers don't get Ohtani, I think the Diamondbacks could really do something here. But the problem is if the Dodgers don't get Ohtani, who does?
He could go to another team in this division.
Yeah, like the Giants, which would
Now,
make
where
things
does that-
interesting. But in my fantasy world, he goes to the Dodgers. Which, okay, more my nightmare, he goes to the Dodgers. And that is the nightmare that I will be living through for this particular activity. Who's your second wild card team?
Second wild card team, I have the Cubs.
This one pains me, dude. The Padres. Something about that team just like makes me want to say they take a step forward.
Okay, so the first 1 and 2 are both from the West, and you have the Dodgers. Fuck, are you gonna say the Giants are the third wild card team?
No. They don't get Ohtani. They don't get fucking 70 wins.
Come on.
But yeah, look, okay. You look at that Padres team and you're like, okay, you got, a platinum glove level defensive player in Haas Young Kid. Manny Machado, MVP caliber. Fernando Tatis, a gold glover in right field. And MVP caliber. Juan Soto, MVP caliber, insanely good at getting on base. Xander Bogaerts, Silver Slugger. Honestly, could be, more of like a Hank Aaron Award caliber player. Why didn't it work this year? Fuck if I know. But the way they got hot there at the end, the way those bats heated up, Jake Cronenworth, don't forget about him.
Could never.
There is a lot cooking in San Diego, and I think I think this is one of few chances they have. I think this would be a year for them to start winning some games.
Oh yeah, 100%. I like that. That's a good take. Listen, they were what 2 games away from making the wild card this year.
Oh, yeah. And it was quite a climb to get there.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. All right, great. Number 3, who you got?
We got the Fighting Phils.
Okay.
Can't count them out.
Hot take. I got the Phillies missing playoffs this year.
Interesting. Even with the re-signing Nola.
Yep.
All right. You saying the
You're not.
Marlins? You better not say the Mets.
I have the Mets,
No
bro.
way.
I have the Mets. And it all starts with Yamamoto.
Yeah, I knew it.
and adding some offensive weapons
Oh,
and
man.
just pitching.
No.
The Mets are not gonna be how they were this year. Like it kills me. It kills me to do
Yeah.
it, Grayson. But I have a feeling that the Mets they're gonna be good this year.
I can't even fool myself into thinking that.
I know, but it's just something tells me that they're gonna spend so much money to win 85 games.
Yeah.
And I think the
I don't
Phillies
know.
win.
They're taking that youth system approach now.
Yeah, it's
And the
I think
guys that they got in the farm system aren't guys that are going to be coming up next year.
yeah, no,
Maybe we'll see some more Ronnie Mauricio. Obviously they have a catcher now, which is nice, but
yeah, they're giving me last year's Diamondbacks vibes.
yeah, but I think going into the season, like people had belief in the Diamondbacks. I predicted that the manager of the year, the Cy Young, and the rookie of the year would come from them, and I predicted that they would come in second in that division, which was all right. Like going into the year, people believed in the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a single person that will be believing in the Mets to even go above 500 going into this season.
Well,
We'll see. We'll see. Look, Steve Cohen loves to open up the wallet and just start throwing cash. So I'm sure somebody's going to fool him into giving him quite a lot of money.
Yo, Grayson, hear me out. Like, what are you
Aroldis
doing?
Chapman is 100% going to be a Met next year.
What are you doing if you wake up in the morning and you see alert signing Shohei Ohtani to the Mets?
The things that I would do, I can't even say nor charade on this podcast in fear of it
Yeah.
getting taken off of YouTube and me getting a wellness check.
Oh no. But yeah, this is why it's way too early predictions, We don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck's gonna
exactly. It is far too early to be making these predictions.
The Washington Nationals could make a World Series run for all the fuck we know.
That is a great point. Yeah, Washington Nationals versus the Cleveland Guardians.
I'm not watching that.
No, nobody is.
Oh, catch the ball! Sorry.
Any updates? No, score hasn't
No.
changed since we talked about it, and we've been talking about baseball for 20 minutes.
Zay Flowers just let a ball go right through his hands.
All right. Well, this was a very fun conversation. I don't know what we're going to talk about, in the coming weeks because still nothing is happening. We'll think of something. But
yeah,
for now, let's talk about rivalry week. The final week of the college football regular season concludes in pretty interesting fashion. Honestly, entertaining fashion. Just so much happening. But we typically go upsets, ranked versus ranked upsets, and then our top 10 teams. We're going in a similar order, but it's kind of just all over the place. Let's start with the biggest game of the week. Saturday, number 3 Michigan 30, number 2 Ohio State 24. Whoa.
Great game.
Sharon Moore. Don't know how to say his name still. Yeah, wow. Both of these quarterbacks suck.
Yeah.
I think that's That's an obvious thing to pull from here.
JJ McCarthy, like 16 for 20, 148 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
And then you got Blake Corum, who had 22 carries on 88 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep. This game sucked, honestly.
Yeah.
Kind of. Like, it was so close that it was good, and then, like, it's the game. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Kind of sucked. Other than Marvin Harrison Jr., of course, the most entertaining player in college football. 5 receptions, 118, and a touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to make a hot take at work, and was like, "Oh, yeah, Marvin Harrison's gonna get locked to under 51.5 yards." And then I think he had a catch of 44, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Well, fuck."
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, like, Michigan was going to win this game
Oh, yeah.
the whole
I
time, which
listen,
sucks.
you had Ohio State winning when we talked
I
about it,
know.
but your boy right here was a go blue guy this week.
Yeah. See, look, you know what's crazy? If this whole cheating scandal wasn't being talked about, Ohio State probably does win this game.
Probably.
But
Michigan knew their plays.
everything had to go Michigan's way.
Yeah.
Like, it had to. No Jim Harbaugh, all of it. Like, it had to go Michigan's way in these circumstances.
Yeah. I agree.
And it
But yeah,
did.
overall, it was like just very back and forth, back and forth, back and
Yeah.
forth. Anyone's game, and then Michigan, just secured it.
Yeah. And I think both these teams are great.
Yeah.
I don't think you can take anything away from them. If Travion Henderson could have gotten, open, maybe a little better blocking on the offensive line, maybe he has a better chance. Like, a long of 8 for Travion Henderson is crazy. But yeah, look,
will
the
say-
game went how it went.
Roman Wilson talks a lot of shit for only having 3 receptions for 36 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. That man
Like,
does talk a whole lot of shit.
He's like, "You're not tough." Like, bro, Steel Chambers rocked the fuck out of you.
Yeah, and Steel Chambers had 13 tackles.
Steel Chambers is gross.
Yeah,
Like,
he's crazy.
We will see him on a professional field.
Oh yeah, and same goes for Tommy Eichenberg.
Yeah. Same with Junior Colson, bro. 11 total tackles, 7 solo.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of guys in this game that will be on Sundays. But for now, this one just shakes up the college football playoff like it does, and like it has for years now. Let's go to the other ranked versus ranked matchup, though. Number 6, Oregon. Number 16, Oregon State. Oregon handles them 31-7.
Without a doubt.
I think part of what killed Oregon State here is the announcement of Jonathan Smith getting hired. I believe it came out before this game happened on Friday.
Oh.
Which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Your head coach gets a job before your rivalry game.
Yeah, it's not.
That's tough. But
Damian Martinez just couldn't get anything.
Yeah, and Bo Nix was getting everything. 33 for 40, 367 and 2 touchdowns.
Bo Nix even had a rushing touchdown, right?
Jaden Daniels, man, he's
It's between those two, we can confirm, right?
Yeah, Penix has slowed down quite a bit. Obviously, Caleb Williams is dog shit.
It just depends what they look at. Like, do they look at just like straight stats?
Yeah, which
contribution to team, to winning team.
I don't know. That's the big thing. Look, if Oregon wins the Pac-12 and Bo Nix has a great game against Washington, that's his Heisman moment. 100%. That sells it. Because look, Jaden Daniels, he's had fantastic games.
But
who's the good team he beat? That's
Missouri.
The problem. Yeah.
Missouri's the best team they beat. And it was a close game.
Yeah.
And Jaden Daniels, didn't play all that. It was mainly
Dude, Jaden Daniels, his best game against a good team was the loss to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the numbers. But for Oregon, Tez Johnson, 11 receptions, 137. Troy Franklin, 9 receptions, 128, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
It's unfair.
They didn't need to run the ball because Bo Nix just, throws it downfield to Tez or Troy.
Yeah.
Just whack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Oregon manhandles.
yeah, man
Manhandles them.
handles. But let's continue because, look, I want to kind of get through these because I really want to talk about obviously next week's games, but also our college football playoff scenarios. So
Yeah.
let's get into our two upsets of the week. Kentucky 38, number 10 Louisville 30, yeah, 31.
Mhm.
Tough.
Thing
Tough,
is,
tough, tough.
Devin Leary didn't even play that well.
No, he doesn't ever.
It was he only completed 12 passes.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like they didn't run the ball well either, but they still put up 38 points.
Yeah, it's like look, Isaiah Cummings, 1 reception, 55 yards.
Yeah.
Ray Davis had 3 total touchdowns, 4 receptions, 51 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, and then 1
Yeah.
rushing touchdown on 76 rushing yards. But
Yeah.
it was enough, you know? It
Yep.
was enough because Louisville's offense did not look great at all.
No. No. And of course the kick return for a touchdown for Barry on Brown is kind of the deciding factor here. You know, they get that touchdown, gives them the points. It was huge. It really was.
Yeah, but we'll see how Louisville bounces back when they, you know,
Play Florida State in the ACC championship next week. But Jahar Jordan had a decent game, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, and Jack Plummer wasn't bad. You know, 24 for 33, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception isn't bad at all. But it could have been better considering Kentucky's been on quite the skid for this second half of the season.
yeah. Oh, touchdown Chargers.
Oh, to who? Josh Palmer?
Gerald Everett.
Oh, Josh Palmer's the one that didn't catch it on the play before.
Yeah. We got a game now, folks.
Yes, we do. We do have a game. So we'll have to update you guys at the end here. But yeah, for now, Louisville loses to Kentucky. They were bitter rivals. But let's get to the other upset. Not as much of a big deal, you know, college football playoff implications and things of like, you know, that nature. But Iowa State 42, number 19, Kansas State 35. What? I don't even know what to say, man. This game was crazy. This was Big 12 football.
Why couldn't Iowa State do this against Texas?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's all I needed.
Yeah.
I'd be feeling a lot better going up against UGA.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you how Iowa State did it against Kansas State. Abu Sama III. 16 carries, 276 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
What about Jalen Noel? 3 receptions, 160 yards with 2 touchdowns.
Literally 2 players. 2 players scored 42 points. It's insane. Insane. And not to say that Kansas State couldn't run the ball either.
31 carries?
Yeah, DJ Giddens had 31 carries for 114 yards. Okay, I want you to look at something. Go look. Okay, how many passes did Iowa State attempt?
12.
How many rushes did they attempt?
60. No, that's 23.
Yeah, okay. Now look at Kansas State.
54 rush attempts
And 48 pass attempts. And they lost.
Bro, what?
They lost this game.
And they only had 1 turnover.
Yeah. They only had 9 more total yards.
What?
How? They had. Okay, here's the jarring stat. Iowa State scored 42 points, and they only had 17 minutes and 48 seconds of possession. Kansas State had 42 minutes and 12 seconds of possession and lost this football game.
Yo, listen to this. So, Abu, 71-yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
And then a 77-yard touchdown run. And then Jalen Noel, 79-yard touchdown catch. Abu, 60-yard touchdown run.
Dude, what?
Noel, 82-yard touchdown catch. Like,
It's insane.
they don't need a red zone when they can just score from their side of the field.
Yeah, they can just score from Kansas State's red zone.
Yeah, Kansas State had more total yards.
Yeah. But they also
But
run a billion more plays.
I was about to say they also had 32 first downs compared to Iowa State's 10 first downs.
Yeah.
Wow. Insane. Absolutely
Crazy.
crazy.
Crazy shit.
That's about all you need to know,
Yeah,
basically.
that's as much as we need to talk about that game, but yeah, just a barn burner out there in Kansas State. But our next game, we'll just get into the top ranked teams. Georgia, number 1 Georgia, 31. Unranked Georgia Tech, 23. A real close one.
Yeah.
But all things considered, Brock Bowers, Lad McConkey, and Ra Thomas out of this game. So
Yeah.
that definitely changes things. You had a controversial face mask call, few other things, but then again, no excuse for Georgia's fans to be complaining after this game.
Yeah. Wasn't Rosemary Saint out too?
Yeah, Marcus Rosemary-Jackson out as well.
Yeah, that's damn. So that's 4 playmakers missing.
Yeah, the four primary guys to get passes,
Yeah.
and
Oh
it
man.
doesn't
No.
matter. Kendall Milton,
Oof.
crazy, 18 carries, 156, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's averaging 8.7 yards a carry. At one point, he was averaging 10 and a half yards a carry.
Yeah, but I will say Georgia Tech did a good job of staying in this game.
They looked good in that first half.
Yeah, I think
And then
this is it fair to say this is the worst Carson Beck has looked?
I would say so,
Yeah.
which makes sense when you know your top 4 receivers
Yeah.
aren't there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, really about it. I will
Yeah,
say, does Blaylock not catch passes for them? Dominic Blaylock, because he's at Georgia Tech, because he was returning punts.
guess not. He was at Georgia before that.
Wasn't that Brandon's friend?
Yeah, he played baseball with my
Yeah,
cousin.
that's
Correct.
what I thought. But yeah, I guess he's just not good enough to catch passes at Georgia Tech.
Guess not. Yeah, that's wild.
But yeah, overall, Georgia Tech, looked looked in the game there for a little bit, but overall, 31-23 gets an unranked Yellow Jacket.
It's not a great game.
No,
It's not. Um, but let's move on to I guess we'll jump all the way to number 4, Washington, the Apple Cup. They only win 24-21 over Wazoo. Cam Ward had a great game.
yeah,
32 for 48, 317, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The 2 picks is tough, but Michael Penix, not a great game. 18 for 33, 204, 2 touchdowns and an interception. They did it. They won, but not a great showing whatsoever.
yeah. No, I agree. Washington just, they looked flat
Yeah. Yeah,
playing this
outside of
game.
Rome Odunze, they were
Dude,
pretty
did
bad.
you
Like Dylan
did you
Johnson was great as well, but
did you see that 4th down run?
no. I didn't get to watch much of this game. I'm not really too sure what happened, but yeah, man, Washington State really could have won this game, which sucks. Knocking off Washington would have been huge. I know Collins frozen, it appears, but I'll keep talking. Dylan Johnson had a good game for Washington, though. 21 carries, 1 touchdown on 82 yards. But what it all came down to, some late plays. Colin, just so you know, you were frozen, so anything you've said for the last minute, I did not hear.
You were frozen for me too, so
Okay,
it's
well, it
weird.
was recording on my end. So, what were you saying? You started to say something about a 4th down run.
Yeah, that 4th down run from Roma Dunze, that toss to him, and it was like a 23-yard run to really, save the game.
Yeah.
It was 21-21, and it put them in field goal range as time
Wow.
was ticking.
Yeah,
You didn't see
that's
that?
big. No, I didn't. I didn't watch any of this game.
It was like a reverse to Roma Dunze.
Nice.
It was pretty sick.
Yeah. Well, look, Washington came out with the win. Wasn't a good one at all. This team all around really didn't play all that well. Especially when you look at how bad Washington State has been. outside of their win over Colorado, only had one win in their Pac-12 schedule, and somehow it was over Oregon State. But then things took a turn from the worst. Yeah, look, Washington stays alive. They head into the Pac-12 championship undefeated.
You mean Washington?
What did I say?
Washington State.
Okay, yeah, Washington is undefeated.
I think you meant to say Washington stays undefeated,
I
but
I think that
you
is
said
what I said.
I heard Washington State.
Okay, whatever. We'll move on though. To this one. Number 5, Florida State, 24. The unranked Florida Lizards, 15. Dude, just first half.
Max Brown.
I would have asked somebody to shoot me in the head.
Y'all could not
so
stop
mad.
Montrell Johnson.
We couldn't score.
Yeah.
It was bad. Tate couldn't do anything. Trey Benson finished the first quarter, 1 carry, negative 11 yards.
Yeah, I mean, still, second half, he really turned up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 95 yards, 3 touchdowns to finish this game. But, yeah, Montrell Johnson, unstoppable in this one. But luckily, Max Brown, being so inexperienced, kind of saved us.
Yeah.
Because it really hurt Florida. Because, like, having Tate Rodemaker, who kind of just a career backup, redshirt junior, like, he knows what to do when he gets into the game. He just hadn't really done it. He came in, just kind of played his role. Yeah, he threw into pretty tough coverage a lot, especially to Keon Coleman. A lot of passes, and I get it. Keon Coleman, fantastic making catches in traffic, super physical, super athletic. A lot of those passes he threw to Keon should not have gone his way. Should have been, keep it, run it yourself, just throw it away, something like that. But, didn't throw a pick or anything, so I can't get that mad. But, good Lord, was that run by Trey Benson there at the end huge.
Yeah, that saved you.
Oh, my God. Like, when in the second quarter, you give up a touchdown, a field goal, and a safety, it just kills you. Like, in the fact that these guys were able to come out in the second half, score that touchdown in the third quarter on the first drive, and really set the tone, take the lead for the first time in the game, was huge for their confidence. And then, to come out and play such a great fourth quarter, I'm super glad we got the win. It was certainly not pretty, but first game for Tate Rodemaker, getting a win over our bitter rival, couldn't be happier. I see your reaction. What happened in this football game?
Justin Tucker just missed a field goal.
No way.
Chargers have 2.5 minutes to win this game.
Mr. Automatic himself.
And it wasn't like a far field goal.
No, a 44-yarder.
Yeah, like, this game just got fucking interesting.
Yeah, 13-10 at the moment.
2 minutes and 57 seconds.
Yeah, look, the Noles go undefeated in the regular season. We got to play Louisville next week.
1 win away from securing a spot in the playoff.
Yeah, don't get too ahead of yourself. Or at least don't tell Kirk Herbstreit that. He won't believe you. But
listen, we'll be all right.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, Texas domination.
Yep,
57-7 over the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Quinn Ewers played so well that Arch Manning came in the game. Jaden Blue running the ball. Never even fucking heard of that guy. With Jonathan Brooks out, this guy stepped up, man. 10 carries, 121 and a touchdown. Shit.
Yeah. For a while, we thought it was C.J. Baxter that was going to take over the running back role.
Yeah. You had 3 guys ahead of him in rushing yards in that game. Savion Reed, 9 carries, 72 yards. You had Quintrevian Wisner, 7 carries, 60 yards and a touchdown. And then Baxter with 9 carries, 45 yards. But didn't really throw the ball all that much. They just ran it down Texas Tech's throat and got a huge win for them.
Yeah, Texas Tech's running back had more yards than the quarterback.
Yeah.
It was an ugly game for the Raiders, honestly.
Definitely was. Yeah, nothing really noteworthy to talk about other than, the arrival of Arch Manning, who, then again, Quinn's staying another year, so Arch probably holds it out.
All right,
I'm
moving
blanking
on.
I'm blanking. Who's Texas's backup right now, though? Murphy?
It's Malik Murphy.
Yeah, I think he transfers.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, well, you're eager to
All
talk
right.
about Bama. You take the reins.
Number 9, Missouri Tigers.
Whoa. Number 8, Alabama. 27.
Nah.
Unranked. Just lost to New Mexico State. Auburn Tigers. 24. Colin, how did the end of this game happen? What was the scenario? Was it 24-20 with like no time on the clock after Jalen
24.
Milroe ran and threw the ball after he passed the line of scrimmage, and then Auburn didn't send anybody to blitz him, gave him a million time in the pocket, dropped everybody back, but somehow left a wide receiver with a one-on-one in the back of the end zone?
Right? Like, listen, a 4th and goal, but realistically, it's a 4th and 31.
Yeah.
To win the game. And you're telling me you don't have your whole defensive team on the line, like the goal line?
There should be 2 defenders to a receiver.
Yeah. And honestly, the defender should have just, pushed him out of bounds for a PI.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't care. I'm doing whatever it takes to not let him catch that ball.
Yeah.
But either way, Alabama played like that game was fucking horrible.
Shit.
But I will say, Auburn's defense looked good against.
It did. Yeah.
Like they looked good and they ran the ball well.
Yeah.
Like they used a committee of running backs. Jarquez Hunter, Demario Alston, and even Peyton Thorne ran the ball well, 15 carries for 57 yards.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, wow, dude, that's just not a good win.
Okay, how the fuck is Jalen Milroe really going to say, give me that Heisman after this game?
Yeah, no. That's like an Alabama fan, gloating after this win saying,
yeah,
we're the best team in the nation when
Yeah.
you win by 3 on an unranked Auburn team.
Exactly.
But I will say, and I always have said it, playing nighttime at Jordan-Hare Stadium is fucking scary. Like, it's the 10-year anniversary from the kick 6.
Yep. Anything can happen at Jordan-Hare.
Yeah. And you got the Milroe Miracle.
Is that what we're calling it? I saw somebody call it the Mill Throw. I hate that.
No, yeah, that was awful. It was
Yeah.
like, someone was like disaster in the pasture or something like that. Or
That don't make sense.
I like Milroe Miracle.
Yeah, I guess that one works.
I like that, but
Kind of a push off though.
Yeah,
I don't think it was enough to be called. Like, I'm not mad that they didn't call it or anything. Kind of pushed off.
Officiating let the players play. Like, there's missed calls on both sides. Of the field.
Definitely.
Like they kind of knew what was going on. Like, it's an Iron Bowl. It's gonna be physical.
Yep.
Just let them play.
But I will say, like, before we even move on, there was a time where Auburn won this football game.
Auburn won all the way up until there was 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It was
Auburn. It's hard to say Auburn should have won this football game. Going into that final play, Auburn should have won this football game.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
But Alabama pulled it off, I guess.
I was eating dinner with my family at Chili's. And I was
nowhere better to witness a great play at a Chili's. I saw the Minneapolis Miracle at a Chili's.
Yeah. I just finished my ultimate Cajun pasta.
Nice.
And I was like, my phone wasn't updating because you can never get good Wi-Fi at Chili's.
Facts.
So
no free shoutouts.
I told my dad to get up, and I went and just took a seat at the bar there while they just continued eating. And I think the whole restaurant heard me yell. And I was sitting right next to an Auburn fan, decked out in his War Eagle shit.
Okay. The problem is that guy was definitely there the whole game watching at his local Chili's bar.
Oh, he was.
That's an issue.
And the only chair open at the bar was right next to him.
Somebody get this guy a wellness check. This guy's getting
But
drunk at the local Chili's, watching the Iron Bowl.
bro, the thing is, I was so tempted to just like look at him and like shake his hand, but I just didn't. I got in the car and I just like was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We almost lost.
It sure was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was
All right. Well, now we
We
can
can
talk
move
about Missouri. Let's talk about
Yeah.
Missouri. We'll make you stop reliving that horrible experience.
last thing. If we
Okay.
play like that against Georgia, we're fucked.
Yeah, if you play like that against,
Anybody besides
Anyone.
Auburn, we're fucked.
yeah, New Mexico State.
I think if we play Auburn again and we play like that, we lose.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like,
I agree. All right, next game, final game. Missouri, number 9 Missouri, takes care of Arkansas, 48-14. This was the Cody Schrader game. 27
Bro,
carries, 217 and a touchdown.
Bro, should Cody Schrader be mentioned? Should he be in New York?
Nah, no.
He's kind of been doing.
He's
this
had an
all year.
insane year, though. I can't take that away from him. 247 carries, 1,489 yards, and 13 touchdowns is ridiculous.
Like,
Will he
that
be a
is-
Heisman candidate? Unfortunately not. But good Lord, is he good.
It is insane on what he's been doing this year.
Yeah. And this is, he's a senior. This is really only his second year starting. And last year, he only had 170 carries for 745 yards and 9 touchdowns. This year, 13 touchdowns and, like I said, 1,489 yards.
Yeah, it's just like all they had to do is just run the ball here. And
Yeah.
also, how far has KJ Jefferson dropped this year? Like, never.
Oh
we were
my
talking.
God.
We were talking about him as being like one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC.
Yeah,
this
because he
year.
was just like one of the few guys returning.
But little do we know he would literally be like the second worst.
Yeah. Yeah, Cody Schrader, second in the FBS in rushing yards, only behind Ollie Gordon of Oklahoma State.
Gosh.
Ollie Gordon had 20 rushing touchdowns this season. Oh my God.
That is insane.
Blake Corum had 22.
That is wild.
Yeah. All right. Well, enough talking stats. Yeah, look, Brady Cook had to do nothing. Cody Schrader did it all for him. And this defense played great as well. So big ups to him, man. Arkansas sucks. 1-7 in the SEC this year for Arkansas.
Yeah.
Tough scenes.
Brutal.
But
Absolutely brutal.
yeah, that does it for the recap. Any other big games that happened that you wanted to bring up?
Not necessarily.
Oh,
when I
Iowa,
look at-
Nebraska. Got to bring up our weekly Iowa game. Your Big Ten West champions, Iowa, take it 13-10 over the Huskers and Chuba Purdy, Brock Purdy's little brother. Look, man, Iowa, they just win football games.
Yeah.
Nothing else to say. Guess what
We
this
need the-
over-under was set at, though? The lowest ever in college football history.
36.
25.5. Big ol' under right there. With
Did it
23 points. 23 total points on a 25.5 point line.
Jeez.
The bookies can't get them right, man. They just can't. But yeah, that's it for Iowa. That's all I have to care about.
Oklahoma State and BYU going to OT.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And you
That
have
game
Ollie-
really could have shook some things up.
You have Ollie Gordon, 34 carries for 166.
Yeah, which
Five.
when you
five
look at it,
rushing
that's really
touchdowns.
inefficient.
Yeah, 5 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
That is insane.
It definitely was an insane game. App State beat the living shit out of Georgia Southern. Don't even need to look at the final score for that one. Clemson. Oh, also, Clemson beat South Carolina, which made South Carolina not bowl eligible. Florida State beating Florida made Florida not bowl eligible. BYU losing. Now they're on bowl eligible, and James Madison and Jacksonville State both are going bowling.
Yo, hold on. I'm looking at the stats for the Clemson Tigers and South Carolina.
Yes, you would be correct. Clemson did not score an offensive touchdown in one.
Well, it's not just that, but Spencer Rattler was the best quarterback, and he only had 112 passing yards.
Yeah, Cade Klubnik sucks. Remember when we were talking about him as like a preseason Heisman? Like that was an actual conversation had at one point.
That was a big blunder.
Yeah. Cade Klubnik, man. DJ had a significantly better season than him.
Also, we got an update. We got a score.
Oh.
20-10. Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers rushing touchdown?
Oh, yeah. A
big
long
one,
one,
too.
too.
Pause.
37-yard rushing touchdown for Zay Flowers.
Hell yeah.
My
Big
team
time.
is insane right now.
Yeah. Look, whenever Zay Flowers does something good, I feel a personal win.
Yeah.
I hyped that man up heavy.
Yeah. You're the reason I drafted him, or I traded for him,
Good.
honestly.
I'm glad. I am very glad. All right. Let's get into the games next week, the ones that really matter. The college, not the college football playoff, the conference championship games certainly matter next week, and there are big matchups across the board. Starting Friday. Shut the fuck up. We're not starting with the Conference USA, New Mexico State versus Liberty. Nobody cares that Liberty went undefeated, and nobody cares about that game at all. It's about 8 p.m. on Friday. Number 6 Oregon versus number 4 Washington at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas for the Pac-12 championship, and probably a spot in the college football playoff.
Yeah, the winner of this game is in.
Most likely.
I think it's almost certain.
Things could happen.
You think if Oregon wins, they still don't make playoff?
I don't think if Oregon wins. They do win this game. But I don't know. We'll see. I think it's crazy right now that Oregon is a 9.5-point favorite.
Oh, yeah. That's
insane. But I 100% all week have been saying Oregon is beating Washington in this game. 9.5 points is a lot.
67.5 over under.
Yeah. Kind of crazy as well.
It's definitely going to be over.
Maybe.
I think it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, look, like there's not much to say like previewing this game. It's just like this is going to be one hell of a fucking game.
It is hard to beat the same team twice.
Exactly. And Washington barely did it earlier in the season. And honestly, this Oregon offense has gotten significantly better since that matchup.
Bo Nix has got.
Because that was like, week 6? Like that was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, week 6.
Yeah. Like this is a whole different Oregon offense.
And it was only by 3.
Yeah. It was because of some late game decision making that just kind of made the difference, but I think there's no shot Oregon loses. I just don't know if they can cover 9.5.
Yeah, I don't know.
But let's go to Saturday. Saturday starts off the sole game at 12 p.m. Oklahoma State, Texas for the Big 12 championship game. This one, Texas is going to win, first of all. Probably big time.
Yeah.
This is not a shoe-in for a college football playoff spot for Texas.
No, not at all. I need Ollie Gordon to ball out, though.
Yeah,
I need him. Nice. I need 5 touchdowns from your boy.
Yeah. See, the thing is, and I know we're about to talk about the SEC championship game, but Alabama beating Georgia is gotta have them jump Texas beating Oklahoma State.
Yeah, it has to.
And I know that Alabama's only loss is to Texas. That makes Texas look worse because Texas, their only loss is to Oklahoma, who didn't even make the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, that makes Texas look worse. Because Alabama's loss is to a good team. Texas is to a team that, shit, they could,
Yeah, they lost to Oklahoma. And who? Oklahoma's lost some brutal
Oklahoma
games.
lost to Kansas and Oklahoma State.
Yeah. And Oklahoma State got blown out by UCF.
Yeah, exactly. And
So you
Oklahoma State just went to overtime with BYU.
so is UCF better than Texas?
Texas is
makes
better than
UCF
Alabama.
Which makes UCF better than Alabama?
Yeah. Who else has Alabama beaten?
Ole Miss, LSU, Tennessee.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't think there's any other connections there. I would love to make UCF national champions again, but I don't think it can happen. Did any of them beat App State?
Nah.
Fuck. Okay, whatever. Enough the Big 12. The SEC championship game. Atlanta, Georgia, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Number 1, Georgia. Number 8, Alabama. It's going to be a fucking barn burner, man. Georgia favored by 5.
Jermaine Burton.
Colin, okay. Obviously, you're an Alabama fan. Your opinion is swayed.
Yeah.
As an analyst of college football, who's winning this game?
Oh, dude, it's like you got to look at it. So you don't know, like, are you looking at two teams at their very best?
I think for sure all those guys out for Georgia Tech are back this week.
Yeah, but I'm talking like, are we getting like a Georgia, even with all their guys coming out very slow? Like,
I doubt they come out slow.
If you're getting 2 games at your very best, like 2 teams at their very best, I think Georgia is the better team that takes the cake.
Yeah.
But it's a very close game.
Yeah.
Because Georgia's had a rough time stopping the run. Cody Schrader annihilated them to the left side.
Yeah.
Quinshon Judkins, ran pretty well against them. Georgia Tech, Haynes King as a quarterback just ran pretty well against them. Jalen Milroe, known for running. Jace McClellan, Jam Miller. Like, if they can't stop the run, it's going to make things interesting.
Yeah, like there's definitely a true, like a real possibility Alabama wins this football game.
Yeah.
I simply think with Georgia, it comes down to the fact that it can happen from anywhere.
Yeah,
it could be that Carson Beck throws for 350 yards, and it could be that Kendall Milton or Dijon Edwards runs for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, or it could be that the defense just shuts down Jalen Milroe. There's no way to know how this game goes for Georgia, but for Alabama, there's one way they win, and it's somehow shutting down Georgia's offense and scoring a ton of points.
We're still waiting for that Carson Beck fuck up.
Yeah, for sure.
And for some reason, I know it's a little biased, I have a feeling it's going to be on the big stage right here in the SEC Championship.
It certainly could be.
I don't know. But, listen, there's going to be a shit ton of Georgia fans at this game. It's going to feel like a fucking home game. But there's going to be a fuck ton of Alabama fans there, too, because, it's not very far from Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
And, we've played here so many fucking times.
It is absurd that a ticket to get in, just to get in, is $308. And the next most expensive is the Big 12, the Big 10 at $75. After that, the next biggest is actually the Big 12 at $149, and then the Big 10. And then actually the Pac-12 and ACC are $57 and $52 respectively to get in the door.
Yeah, you trying to go to the ACC championship game?
Shit, are we going to Charlotte?
It's not that fucking far.
I know.
Yo, great. What you
Dude.
work on Saturday? Get someone to take that shift.
I would love to. But I got fucking
Yeah, baby.
I do have a lot of homework to do because finals week is coming up. But yeah, I don't know. I personally think Georgia wins.
Okay. That's respectable opinion. You
Yeah.
know, Georgia on paper is the better team.
Yeah.
But
All right. Big Ten.
no.
Big Ten. Number 17, Iowa, and number 3, Michigan face off at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Give me those fucking Hawkeyes.
Fuck yeah, baby.
That
Fuck yeah.
defense is fucking for real. Michigan is favored by 23 points.
That is ridiculous.
They won't even put up 23 points against Iowa.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? The over-under is 35.5. That shit needs to be lower.
Yeah. I think they wouldn't dare put that low of a line for Michigan, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, look, I know Iowa's not going to score a lot of points. Iowa could score 17 points and win this game.
17-14 win?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I genuinely do think Iowa can win this game. Like, I'm not, like, bullshitting.
Yeah. No, I said it last week, Grayson. Michigan's gonna beat Ohio State. And then Michigan's gonna lose to Iowa.
Yeah. Iowa's defense is fucking for real. Like, I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, led by none other than
Cooper DeJean.
yes, sir.
The white corner.
Yeah.
And look, Iowa got lucky. Didn't have to play Ohio State, didn't have to play Michigan in the regular season. Yeah, they lost to Minnesota. Fluke. I'll call it a fluke. Fuck it. Penn State, that might be another story. They lost 31-0. I do think Iowa's gotten better throughout the year, though. Like, I know you look at the scores and you're like, how the fuck can you say a team got better when they beat Northwestern 10-7 and they beat Nebraska 13-10? It's not about the offense with Iowa.
No,
If this defense comes out and just shuts down Blake Corum, which is possible, and J.J. McCarthy shits his britches like every other week, Iowa can win, and I think they will.
I respect that. I agree with you, honestly.
Good. This is look, this is all about the fact that I don't want Michigan to make it.
Yeah,
because they're cheaters.
Shall we move on to, the 8 o'clock game?
Yeah, I'm also trying to avoid this one.
On ABC,
Yeah.
December 2nd, ACC Championship, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Give me Louisville.
Fuck you, man. Okay, it's Louisville versus Florida State. Tate Rodemaker, obviously the starting quarterback for Florida State. Florida State only a 3-point favorite. Actually the smallest spread of any conference championship game. Yeah, look, it's not good. It's not.
Ray,
I don't know.
I'm gonna let you take the lead.
Okay. Yeah, look, if we can come out and we can run the ball, sure, we're gonna win this game. If we come out like we did against Florida, it is not going to look pretty. It is not. And see, the hardest part is the fact that like we could win this game, and like the college playoff committee could just be like, you guys don't deserve to get in anyway. That's what hurts. Is the fact that we could win and we could go 13-0. And they're like, well, why the fuck would we want to see Tate Rodemaker in the college football playoff when we could see, Bo Nix and Michigan and Georgia and Texas or Alabama or Washington? Like, they have options, and it scares me how much people seem to think there's a possibility Florida State doesn't get in even if they go undefeated.
Yeah, which is stupid. I think if you go undefeated and you win your conference championship, you're in.
Yeah, if you're a Power 5 school, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to make like a real prediction for this game because I genuinely don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah, Louisville's going to win by two touchdowns.
You're fucking out of your mind.
Keon Coleman under 51.5 receiving.
That one could be possible.
Trey Benson under 30 rushing yards.
That's not. Just considering he might just have 30 carries. All right.
1 yard to carry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on. We've gone quite long here. Let's go through these college football playoff scenarios though, because I'm pretty excited for these. Let's do it, and let's start with the obvious scenario, which is the undefeated scenario: UGA, Michigan, Washington, Florida State.
Yeah.
That's the undefeated scenario. That's the boring scenario.
Yeah.
What do you want to happen? What is the scenario you want? So 1 through 4.
Oh, well, I mean, it's obvious. 1 through 4. So I need Texas to lose.
Okay.
I need Washington to lose. I need FSU to lose. And I need Alabama to win by 2 scores against Georgia. And my final 4, this is kind of what I want to see. I want to see Oregon. I want to see I forgot. I also need Michigan to lose.
Yep.
I just need upsets all over the fucking board.
Okay.
I want to see, I think this would be solid. Oregon, Alabama. I'm not in any, this isn't how they're ranked. This is just the 4 teams in there. Oregon, Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State.
Dude, that sucks.
Yeah, but
That's
I feel like that's like the only way Alabama can get in.
Yeah,
Is
you're
if
right.
those are the teams that are in there.
Maybe.
You asked what I wanted.
I know. Okay, well, I want Georgia number 1, Florida State number 2, Washington number 3, Texas number 4.
You think there's a chance Florida State can jump up to number 2 seed?
Yeah. If Washington barely hangs on and we win handedly, and then Michigan loses.
You think you jump Washington?
If Washington could barely win and we
Against
win by
Oregon.
a lot.
Yeah, y'all got to win by like.
Yeah,
When
no. I know. That's what I want to happen. This is
Yeah.
not the what you think will happen. This
Okay.
is the what I want to happen. So in this scenario, Georgia beats Alabama. That gets Alabama out of Florida State's hair. Considering them for a champion or like for the playoff instead of us. Texas wins. Washington wins. Honestly, like Florida State and Washington could be flipped. Doesn't really matter. They'd play each other either way. But
y'all get y'all shit rocked.
yeah, whatever. They have no fucking defense. And we could definitely shut down Michael Penix, considering fucking Washington State did. But I would need Michigan to lose to Iowa, which would be nice.
Respect.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, after Ohio State lost this week, they're out of the college football playoff to me. It would take quite a fucking
I feel like
triumph.
I feel like to be in the college football playoff, you need to win.
I know.
Championship.
Yeah.
It's like when you're applying for a job. It's like requirements. Win your conference.
Yeah. I agree. All right. What do you think will happen? What do you think is your 4?
Okay. What do you think my 4 is?
Yeah.
Georgia number 1.
Yep.
Michigan number 2. Number 3, I'm gonna go Oregon and Texas at 4.
Yeah. I can't just say Florida State's not going to win. So Georgia, Michigan, Florida State, Oregon.
Okay.
That's what I think will happen.
Do you think right there, if Florida State loses, does Texas take that number 4 spot, or does Ohio State?
As long as Texas wins, yeah, Texas takes it. I value the conference championship over anything.
Yeah, it's like when everybody was saying Notre Dame should get in. Like, you don't play in a conference.
Yeah. And then they put them in, they get shit on by Clemson.
Yeah. Remember that time Cincinnati made the playoff? And that was Desmond Ritter's last college football game.
Yeah, and then he came to the Falcons and fucked everything for us too.
Like, Did the Falcons not watch that game?
I don't know. We need to move on, though.
Okay.
I'm going to go through my craziest scenario.
Okay.
Okay, so it starts out like this. UGA loses by 2 scores to Alabama.
Okay.
Okay, Michigan loses to Iowa.
Yep.
Oregon beats Washington by 2 scores.
Mm-hmm.
Texas dominates Oklahoma State. And Florida State beats Louisville by 2 touchdowns. And you have Florida State number 1, Oregon number 2, Texas number 3, and Alabama number 4.
Oh, I would love that. You're telling me we get a FSU Alabama playoff game?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy! It's hate week, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
not even like when we played each other in fantasy hate week.
No,
like,
this is going to be like, I'll see you at work. I won't say a word to you, but I will nut tap you as I walk by.
this is you say one thing and I'm writing your ass up.
This is a you call me and I block your number. I'm not kidding. I will actually block your phone number for that week.
I was gonna say I was gonna spray paint your car, but your shit's already red. So
Yeah, and we both wear red, so
Yeah.
that would suck, wouldn't it?
That would be a phenomenal playoff.
Yeah, I'm gonna spear your car while you're
Yeah,
driving.
I'm gonna ride an elephant to work and just stomp on your car.
Okay, well, enough of what hate week is. What's your craziest scenario?
Dude, I'm in the same boat with you. Like, that's
Yeah.
the craziest scenario that I could come up
Yeah,
with.
because look, like, okay, to me, Ohio State can't get in. Fucking,
No.
Ole Miss can't get in. Louisville can't get in. That ship sailed this week. But like, what I'm trying to like pull up the rankings real quick just to see like what other teams even have a chance.
So
Missouri
wait, what happens
doesn't
if
have a
like
chance.
what if like every team, like every top team loses? Like
If
even
okay, so
FSU
if all the top teams lose, then maybe Ohio State does make it in.
So you're telling me your quarterbacks are
But actually, I don't know. If all the top teams lose, Georgia
Georgia
might
at
make
number
it in at 4. Yeah.
and your quarterbacks are Jalen Milroe. What else do you have?
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. Carson
Wait a
Beck.
second. If all the top teams lose, then Texas goes out as well, and it would be Oregon, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't want to play Georgia in the semifinal
Yeah.
back.
Okay, so I think Alabama's the cutoff for what teams can make it because like Missouri, Louisville, Penn State, Ole Miss aren't making it.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool that it's going all the way down to 8 right now.
Yeah.
Definitely makes things interesting. But yeah. Anything else for scenarios?
No, I think that's about it. It's gonna be an interesting weekend.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's gonna be good for us next week to talk about. Because you'll be getting our reaction first of all to the college football playoff announcement.
Yeah.
And the teams that make it. You'll also be getting a list of our favorite bowl games. As most of those bowl games will be selected as well. So you'll have to tune in next week. But for now, keep listening because stake your claim.
Oh,
Colin,
fuck.
make your hot take.
My hot take. Fuck, dude. Can you go first? I'm still trying to think.
Yeah, I could say some.
Because I said a couple of them during the
So did I. Yeah, fuck it. Dak Prescott's winning NFL MVP.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah. Good old Dak Prescott.
Tyreek, bro?
Nope. 2,935 passing yards through 12 weeks. 23 touchdowns. Only 6 interceptions, which is flawless by Dak Prescott standards.
Grayson.
And he's second in QBR.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know how you're going to react to this. Dak's gonna be Super Bowl MVP of the Dallas
Whoa.
Cowboys winning the Super Bowl.
Whoa. Are we a Cowboys podcast now? Are we Skip Bayless and Skip Bayless
Yo.
Jr.?
Shit.
Holy
Dak,
shit.
Dak definitely doesn't have a gun to my head right now.
Dak Prescott under investigation. Yeah. That's hot take of
All
the
right.
day.
Yeah.
The way they're
breaking
playing
news,
right now,
breaking
we
news.
definitely have it.
We are Cowboys meat writers.
Yep.
Yep.
And next week we will be 49er
Yeah.
meat writers. And then,
Next week, special guest Skip Bayless.
yep. Hey guys, I just want to thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for showing your support in my Cowboys. All right. That's enough. We're getting delirious. We're losing everything. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that is definitely a good sign for us to be getting off. So, pause. Yeah, we're losing it. We're losing it. Okay, look, you see these little things down here at the bottom of the screen? You see those 3 Sprites? He drank all 3 of those Sprites to prepare himself to do the second and short triathlon, which is where you go to YouTube, you go to Spotify, and you go to Apple. And you go, and on Apple, you listen to the podcast, and then you rate it 5 stars. And then you do the exact same thing on Spotify. And then you go to YouTube, you watch the whole thing, you like, you subscribe, and you comment. Turn on notifications as well. That's the triathlon. If you want to do the decathlon, go ahead, go to the link tree, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on everything. Join the Reddit, everything. Follow us everywhere. TikTok. Do it all. That is the second and short decathlon, is to go through and do all that. And then, of course, your gift, you get to share the podcast with all your friends and your family and your dog, not your cat, but your fish. You know that fish that you have, you forgot about probably? He's like floating on the top of the water. Play him the pot or bring him back to life.
Maybe feed.
Yeah, maybe feed your fish first. And then feed him some second and short straight into his ears. But for now, that's all from me and Colin. Anything for the people, Colin?
Yeah, I hope all y'all had a great Thanksgiving. You know, time with the family. You know, we're right around the corner from Christmas.
Yeah,
you know?
The happiest time of the year, and Hanukkah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out.
Which means we're even closer to pitchers and catchers reporting for spring training.
That's all. That's all this time is for. Pitchers and catchers always report right around my birthday.
Yeah, we don't care about your birthday.
No, it's not like I'm turning 21 or anything.
Oh shit!
All right, that's enough. We've kept you here long enough. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your week. Get ready for those finals because I know they're coming up, and we'll catch y'all later. Peace.